All right. I think we are live. What's going on, buddy? What's happening? We are, in fact, the tree amigos, the tree Utes here tonight. If anybody else wants a link, let me know. I got a whole mess of them out, but I know we have some other shows going on right now. I'm not sure if Foreign and Domestic is still on, possibly, and Gun Gals is probably still on. So
I think Gun
we'll
Gals
probably
just
have
went
some.
off.
Dude, the Gun Gals did? Okay. We'll probably have some more people funnel over here from them. Giz, you got a link. Ape, you got a link. These guys got it, so you guys should. Kevin attacked that. He says, "Did you say Utes? Yeah, Utes. The tree Utes." I'm not very youthful Utes, though. Unfortunately, I sure as hell don't feel youthful after this week. This weekend I had a bad weekend at the restaurant for sure. Kevin says the pause attraction. Yeah, that was a good movie, man. That was such a hard, such an awesome bad movie. Like, it wasn't a good movie, but it's still like one of the most awesome movies ever. It's a good flick.
It was pretty good, that's for sure.
I love his suit. The suit that he has to get, the only suit he could find after he got all covered in mud.
Was that like a maroon tuxedo or something?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it had I think it had like the ruffly the tuxedo shirt. Yeah, that was good stuff, man.
And by that point, he thought that the judge thought he was mocking him, and he was just so frustrated he didn't even get that he was getting yelled at. And just no,
yeah. I'm mocking. Hold on, Gizzard's saying he didn't get a link. If anybody else is out there that didn't get one, let me know. I mean, I sent a ton of them out. It's possible that I missed them. I don't know how. How the hell do I miss a Giz?
I can't see who was in the email because the blind carbon copied.
There was a whole slew of them. And we are on the YouTubes, yeah. We are over on simulcasting on gunchannels.com, like always. You got the Gun Snob over there. You got DT Fightfur over there. Gizzard was first over there. Yeah. Also, want to mention we. I always say we when I talk about the channel because I feel like so many other people are on the panel that have a lot to do with the show. I always say we, which is cool. I appreciate it always. But we got some videos over on Gunstreamer, and we got some videos over on the guntube.org. We really cool. I looked it up today, but I found out the other day that Gunstreamer had thrown my Ruben video onto Facebook. So that video is doing really good over there. It's got like 650 views, which is cool. They put it up there as promotion for themselves too, which is really neat to show that there's different types of people on Gunstreamer, not just gun nuts, right? Or not just people that do only gun stuff. So it's cool. I think it's in their favor for sure. Garcia M43, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Let's go through the old chat skis here and see what's happening. I can't see farther back than when Patriot popped in there. Yeah, Patriot, you're there. Sarge, Fine Ape, you got if you didn't get a link, let me know about yesterday's pomade. What's happening? JB John Brown Productions. Stanley's here. George Grayson Cat. Oh my gosh, George is out there. We better tuck in your shirts. Look presentable. George is looking. Psycho 316, obnoxious one. You're still here, unfortunately. It's like, oh man, better luck next time, right? Scott P79, General Relativity. Who else we got? Gun Snob. I saw you over there on Gun Channels. You're in here too. And Patrick Pew Pew. Kevin's here. That's right. The Missouri Phantom. How you doing, buddy? And two hotties up. All right, two hotties in here. Okay, cool. So a couple of things we want to talk about today. We're gonna do a candy bar bracket. We were gonna do I was gonna do like a top 5 or something, but Sarge forced me to do a bracket. He said if I don't do a bracket, he's gonna arrest me and get me in all sorts of trouble. So we're gonna do a bracket. I also want to talk about something that I got an email from Mr. Patriot the other day that was really pretty cool. Well, I don't know if it's cool so much as it's super interesting and something worth talking about. With the quote unquote, the AR-15 is not a military rifle or military firearm. I want to talk about that a little bit. And I had a funny one pop up on my YouTube feed the other day from a video that I watched, almost a year ago now. And I watched it again. And I forgot how goofy and funny it was. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. It has to do with New York and muskets. We have it's kind of neat. Yesterday was the 1 year, we call it a 1 year anniversary of starting to post videos on YouTube too, which is cool. So I've been doing videos now for exactly a year. 380 subs right now, which is cool. We'll consider that more than one a day. Slow and steady, you know. And I thank everybody that watches. I think it's going really good. I'm not trying to, do anything crazy. I'm not trying to do anything to gain subs other than do things that I think people are going to like. So as always, if you guys have any suggestions, any comments, anything, to do with the channel, they're always welcome. About the only thing that I don't take into consideration is when people tell me my videos are too long. I don't really care about that. I know it's funny because people will be like, you did a 10-minute video on salad. Yeah, I did. I actually, the videos are as long as they are. I like what I do. I like being a chef, and I like to teach. So the opportunity to come onto YouTube and do what I'm doing has kind of been an opportunity to not just show people that I can make something that's good, but to actually show the process and hopefully teach, and, have people understand not just how to do it, but why you do it. And I think that's really cool. I think people that teach, and I mean, Sarge is probably, I'm not going to put him on the spot here, but it's people that teach, whether it's firearms, you teach shooting, whatever. You don't just tell people to pull the gun up and squeeze the trigger slow. You don't just tell people to do one thing or the other. You don't just tell people to do it. You tell them why. And the whys and the why nots are the most important part of teaching sometimes, because then people really, truly understand that things are important. So I know it's just food, right? It's not life and death. But there's a lot of, I don't watch a whole lot of. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it could be, right? It could be. But there's a lot of food videos out there that people like to watch, and they're 2 minutes long, and they're like, they have no, attention span. It's just like, wow, that guy banged out a sandwich. That's awesome. But did you learn how to do it at home, and not screw it up? And I think that's important. I think that's really cool. So that's my one thing is, if you tell me my videos are too long, I'm just going to skip right over top of you. But Bullet T Justice says more beef and chicken videos. All right, we'll do more. Jorge says Ms. talking nut and fancy videos. Yeah, 45-minute soups, right? At what point in time is it good to do a subscriber giveaway? 50 subs or 100 subs? I have never done I have yet to do a giveaway. And it's not because of anything other than I wanted my milestone to be bigger than most other people. A lot of people do 100, they do 250, 200, they do whatever. I want to do a 500, and I'd like to do something kind of cool, something nice. Not that what other people do isn't, cool, but I wanted it to be a little bit more meaningful to me. I also do not want to do giveaways as a means to get subs. So I don't want to, like I'm at 380 now. if I do not want to say like, hey, when we, I'll do this when we get to 500. When I get to 500, I will do something, but I don't want it to be because I'm giving something away. So it's just a little bit. That's how I am, So that is that. Anything else up there? Anybody else pop in while I was jabber jawing? Other than Bullet T Justice, of course. We should hook Bullet T Justice up and George Grayson Cat. They might be buddies.
I just subscribe to each of them.
Well, you never know when this guy's going to come out with something awesome. You know what I mean? They're talking about Rabbit Cuban. Yeah, the Missouri Phantom says Cuban. Cuban sandwich was kicked ass when we did our sandwich bracket. I actually, it's funny. I mean, one of the things that when I first started doing videos was I wanted to do videos that you guys could do at home, right? And people ask for sandwich videos a lot. So I am going to try and do some more of that. I want to do a Monte Cristo. If a lot of people have never seen a Monte Cristo or know what it is, that I think is going to be, I'm going to try and do that this week. But the Cuban video is a good idea. And honestly, Cuban's kind of neat because a lot of times in a restaurant, you use like a panini press or something like that. To not use that and to just do it at home, what's the best way to do that? How do you do a Cuban at home with just the stuff laying around? So I could definitely do that for sure. And I wouldn't mind eating a Cuban, you know what I mean? So, Bullet says, well, if you made the cooking videos in real time, a lot of them are pretty close. The last one, the Reuben, that's no big deal. The butterscotch video was in real time. The butterscotch video was one take, and you can tell because I moved the camera.
Just do it live.
Yeah, F it, let's do it live, Psycho says, I can't do your cooking at home. It's all good until the green stuff. Too fancy for me to follow. That's what throws you off, huh? Turkey club video. Obnoxious says, I think you could swing a turkey club. You just slam it together, throw a couple of fuzzy little frilly picks in it, and go to town. All right, so let's say hi to the panel here. All right, we'll go my left. Gizzard, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, not a whole lot. Thanks for the invite. I finally got.
No, it's fine. I don't know. I must have missed you. I actually had one of the issues I had is I had everything set up, and I actually had an email set up to so I could just come on, send an email, and go live real quick. And my computer went to sleep, and when I turned it back on, when I fired it back up, the email was gone, so I had to resend the email, and none of my windows were up, so I had to take a couple minutes to throw my windows back up. I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, so thought I was good to go, and I was not.
It's all good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, down in Gun Channels, Gun Snob says, when you making my Monte Cristo vid? I seriously, he's the one that I think I mentioned it, and he brought it up. He brought it up, and I talked about it, or I mentioned it, and he said we should definitely do it. The Monte Cristo vid. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one. That's a cool one. Two different ways you can do that. I'm not sure which way I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll try it both ways and see which way turns out the best. All right. Patriot, what's going on, buddy guy?
Isn't a Monte Cristo with French toast?
Kind of, yep.
Is it?
Yep.
How you doing? Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Monte Cristo is a ham, turkey, and Gruyere, which is basically a type of Swiss. And then you use like a thicker sliced bread, almost like a Texas toasty kind of thing. Soak it in basically a French toast type batter, and then you cook it one of two ways. You cook it on a flat top, or in a pan or whatever, on a griddle, or you can throw that sucker right in a deep fryer. That's pretty fancy. So you actually put it in one basket, put the other basket on top of it so it holds it, and you just put it right down into the fryer, and it kind of cooks and seals itself shut. It's pretty neat sandwich, and it'll probably, 1 foot in a grave, 1 foot in a banana peel, heart attack kind of thing. But, take one for the team. We'll try that video.
Nice.
Yeah. Sarge, what's going on?
Oh, nothing. Just got done working days this weekend, so I'm just relaxing a little bit this evening. Happy for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. So when your days, what's your out? What does it start to finish time?
Well, in theory, it's 5A to 5P, but today it was 5A to 7P, so it was a long one.
Yeah, I know. I feel you, man. My Saturdays are 8 a.m. to, man, I left at, let's see, I got there at 8 a.m. yesterday, and I left at 1 a.m. That was my Saturday.
Yeah, that's pretty awful.
Yeah, it is. And so when you work a night shift, it's like an evening.
Well, yeah, we go in a little bit early. I mean, like 15 minutes early. We go in at 4:45 to 5 a.m. and usually it's if I get out of there by 5:30, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. So is that pretty typical with police officers who run a 12-hour shift? They just run 2 shifts. Probably overlap them too, I'm sure.
Well, no, we have just a little bit of overlap, but I guess you only have 2 choices. You have the 2 12-hour shifts that rotate, or you have a lot of times people run the days, like the 8 or 8.5-hour days, something like that, where just like other shift work. And then you have 3 shifts a day.
Yeah.
You work more. Like this, I only work 14 out of 28 days. So it's not bad the way it rotates.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The wife's out there. Gotta get say hello for sure.
I'm still expecting the unboxing video.
I know. Don't talk to me. Talk to her. Give her hell, not me. All right. See if anybody, there's Mad Sexy. See if anybody out there wants a link, let me know. So this, I'm going to read what, oh, no, actually, I'm going to do this one first because I got this pulled up on my phone first. All right. So I don't know if anybody watches Tucker Carlson. It's a pretty funny guy. And honestly, I would hate to debate him because he's pretty brutal to debate. He likes to, laugh at you and get you all pissed off and, whatever. I'm sure he flusters a lot of people. But he had a guy on, this was a year ago, and I kind of forgot about it. And it popped back up, and I read it. I watched it again. So funny. And it was he had a guest on, his name's Jermaine Williams from New York, Democrat, some kind of councilman that's possibly running for mayor, I guess. And this guy's funny. He super Democrat. I mean, it's pretty left wing, the whole way down. Even as far as with immigration and everything. One of his comments from his website was, "We cannot let right-wing racist actions tear apart the families, our friends and neighbors, the hardworking immigrants who are part of the fabric of our communities must feel safe in their homes and be able to go to their jobs, schools, and government offices without fear." If they're legal, right? I think there's a pretty big distinction there between he does say hardworking immigrants, and that's, I understand that Psycho's right. But I think there is a distinction between illegal and legal people, right? So I thought that was pretty interesting to use that wording in his website. But anyhow, so he has this guy on the show. And it was he was pushing for banning of muzzle loaders because they started to develop the suppressors for muzzleloaders. All right. And Tucker he really thought this was hilarious. Started to talk about how if the DC sniper would have had, a suppressor, they would have never known he was there. How it's, the silencer, it's going to make it quiet. You'll never know if somebody's shooting at you. The whole nine. And how that these are going to be used. These will potentially be used in mass shootings. So they could be used in mass shootings.
And that's because they're legal.
Right. So, and what's funny is one of the comments in the video was, I guess people will just disregard the huge black puff of smoke coming from 50 yards away when the rifle goes off, and it's black powder and just like poof, But Tucker Carlson just laughs at. He's just laughing at him. He says, "Are you serious?" He said, how many mass shootings, or no, how many people do you believe have been murdered with a muzzleloader in the past 100 years? And the guy just goes, well, we want to stop that. We want to stop that. We don't want that to happen. And he says, how long? Do you know how long it takes to load a muzzleloader? He's like, it takes like a minute.
You've only got 3 minutes to run for cover.
Yeah. He goes, it takes like a minute to load a muzzleloader. He's like, I highly doubt anybody's going to be involved with a mass shooting with a muzzleloader, right? And this guy was, hey, props to him for hanging in there and trying to prove his point, But I just thought I wanted to bring it up because it really is funny. And I thought it's a really interesting watch. And I wanted to, I thought it was good for a laugh because it's a funny back and forth. It's super funny back and forth.
And wouldn't the silencer inhibit the reloading process and make it even worse?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that the product itself. I do remember them talking about it, but
now we need a silenced blunderbuss.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're shoving like nuts and bolts and screws and stuff down there, right? Yeah. It was so ridiculous, and what's funny is, Tucker opened the segment up with him saying, when people are, I can't remember exactly what he said. Basically, when people are fighting things, it's pretty normal for them to be educated in the subject, so that they can put up good arguments and fight the good fight. And he said, well, not in this case, or not with guns. He said, not with guns. He said, it's totally the opposite. People have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Generally, not always, but, in this instance, it's pretty true. And he kept calling it a muzzle. He said, instead of a muzzle loader, he kept calling it a muzzle. Said a muzzle a couple times, and talked about it being a 50 caliber bullet. And if you only have to shoot somebody with that once to kill them. It was just, it was a special kind of interview, man.
Yeah, it probably wasn't that fun for Tucker Carlson because he had to play it down. He couldn't use his usual just sharp wit, well, actually dry wit, where he gets these people. It's probably just like, like playing cards with your sister's kids or something. He had to tone it down a little bit for that argument.
It was, no, he was cracking up. He was cracking up. He was losing it. He was just laughing. He was like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? You can't be serious, right? And that's when he was like, do you know how long it takes to load it? It's like, it takes like a minute to load that thing. He's like, how many mass shootings do you think people are going to be able to commit with something like that? It was pretty good. It was good. So, go check it out. Google it.
In fact, there's no rifling. And the ball's just going to be going flying down through there.
Well, that's what's funny too, and he didn't mention it, but the comment about the big puff of smoke I thought was pretty hilarious too. Is he, it's like, where'd that bullet come from? And you look over and you're like, oh, right there, okay. So we got a minute. Let's go get him. I don't know. Oh boy. So we got a couple of newbies in here. What's going on, Ammo? How you doing, buddy?
Good, good. You?
No, I'm not bad.
Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely. What's new in your neck of the woods, which is also Sarge's neck of the woods, I guess. But
Not much. Not much. Just finally got a Sunday night to where I wasn't too busy. But usually I'm cooking late night oil and what I do. So
yeah.
But, yeah.
Missouri Phantom says that's where the bayonet comes into play. I suppose you're right, man. I mean, I guess if you're off in the distance somewhere within, I don't know, what are we saying, 50, 75 yards maybe, and you launch one of those musket balls, and then I guess if you can close the ground fast enough, you could do some damage with a musket before everybody runs away. I don't know. It just seems pretty.
A mass bayoneting from 50 yards away.
Yeah.
I want to pose a challenge. I want to challenge the Knowledge's Ammo channel to do a tactical reload with a musket.
Yeah.
It's possible.
A tactical reload. I think they're all. I don't think there are any tactical reloads with a musket. Maybe emergency reloads, every one of them.
Well, you'd have to maybe you could put the ramrod. They call it a ramrod, right?
You're always unloaded, so it's always an emergency reload.
Yeah.
Oh. If we're on the subject, I can probably actually make this happen because I've got a guy that works with us that is really into Civil War reenactments, and he has several muzzle loaders and or muskets of things of that era that he has built and that he's made. We could probably actually do this. We could have a musket or a muzzle loader video.
Make it happen.
Like a musket, not a modern muzzle loader. I got it. We got this.
Psycho says we need to ban flamethrowers before someone puts a suppressor on one and uses it in a mass burning. This unknown user says, "Where's the super chat button? How am I supposed to pay for my smothered and covered hash browns?" Smothered and covered, baby, Denny's style.
Sarge, if you use a musket, I'm calling you Ramrod from then on. Car Ramrod.
Team Ramrod.
Fine.
Car Ramrod.
Tactical with musket first loading 10 minutes later. Yeah, it would be nice. You'd be able to do like you can speed it up, fast forward it and stuff like that.
Get like a Molly powder horn to put on or something.
Yeah.
Didn't he reference?
Go ahead.
Didn't he reference the DC shooter?
Yeah. Well, that's
Wasn't
what he
that
said.
the guy that was shooting out of the trunk of the car?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Him and the kid were in the back of like a sedan.
So black smoke coming out of the back of a car.
You know what? And now that you talk, I mean, you say it like that.
But laying down in the trunk, I don't think you're going to be reloading very well.
Yeah.
I don't think the powder will go that way.
Well, that and when you think about it, though, I'll tell you what. You think about that puff of smoke. The only way
it's actually white, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yeah, I
it's
guess
not black. So
if the only way you're going to be able to disguise that puff of smoke is maybe coming from behind a car, you just think, oh, the car backfired, and then a minute and a half later, oh, the car backfired again. Maybe you would be able to get a couple shots off before people knew what was going on. I don't know. Who knows?
Bring me a pump.
Yeah, Garcia M43. A blunderbuss shotgun would have to be the fastest and easiest way to reload a muzzleloader. Yeah, you just jam anything down there. You just nuts, bolts, screws, spare change, a kitten, whatever you got. Just shove it down there and launch it. whatever you can get a hold of.
Well, what about the pepper box? I don't know much about it.
I mean, wasn't that known for chain firing though? Wasn't the pepper? I mean, that I guess that's like I see the pepper box. If that would chain fire and they would just all go off, it would just be like a little mini death blossom in your hand, like from the last Starfighter. Just it could go anywhere.
Do you remember that? I don't know whether it was on my chat or what it was when Scotsman was on and he was talking about the ATF coming and interviewing him because a black powder pistol that he sold was used in a drive-by.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember
Yes.
that.
I do remember something about that.
He's probably the only time a black powder weapon has been used in a drive-by. Because the guy couldn't get a permit to buy a gun, so he bought a black powder revolver and went and shot somebody. Now that's not funny, but it's just the aspects of using a black powder in a crime like that.
Ye old drive-by.
Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop, bang.
Yeah, the
Amish drive-by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gunpowder, you're here. What's going on?
I got crazy kids going on. That's what I'm doing.
Or McGird.
Oh my God.
Hell, get kids going on, man.
Crazy kids are driving me insane. People are talking about restricting my pop stick. I mean, what's this world coming to?
Shall not infringe.
You just need to film some of your daily conversations when you move to Minnesota.
Michigan.
With that accent versus their accent. Michigan. I'm sorry. With that accent versus theirs. Wow.
Hey, I don't have an accent.
Yeah, people have made fun of me in Michigan for the way I talk, and I'm like, what do you mean I talk funny? I don't know what you're talking about. It's Texas.
Man, you're gonna be known far and wide when you move to a state where not everybody sounds like you.
That's all right. Between my colorful hair, and my pop stick and throat punches, I'm gonna be known all over Michigan.
You'd be pushing your kids down the aisle at the grocery store. People will be like, "What the hell? Who is that?" That scooter, man. Sound like
I told you
Boomhauer.
I ain't gonna act like this in public. Don't make me turn this cart around.
It's like Boomhauer's sister.
Shut up. I'm sorry.
Where's Frankie at? Where's your cronies at?
I got the crib midget right here, but
Crib midget.
Tardot Jr. is taking a bath, I hope, and Tardot is out driving the roads. So
I'll cause him trouble.
Absolutely, that's why I gotta have pop stick.
I started sending Frankie links, and now she doesn't even come on the show. I feel bad. I feel slighted.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's all right.
You're still my favorite chef.
Oh, right. Everybody's favorite chef on Gun Channels because I'm the only one. Too hotty, you want a link? I'll give you a link.
I don't even watch Gun Channels because I can't work it through my mobile. So you're just my favorite chef, whether it's Gun Channels or not.
Can I have some shot? Here, let me in.
Hey, dog's gonna bark here. Hotty, you got a link.
They're outside. Out there. Here, Nolan, give me a shot.
We might have a dog video coming up here. This dog doesn't be quiet.
Give me a shot.
I'm hoping it's a dog that's still alive. You're not cooking it right, because that's just not a video I want to see.
Just for now, she doesn't stop barking. She might be in the next video. I don't know.
No,
Is that what's in your hot dogs?
Dog?
Your hot dog?
Yeah.
Ew. Maybe I don't want you cooking for me.
Yeah, it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
No kagogi.
So, Mad Sexy says, "You never told me how to make a steak Rupon sandwich. What the hell is a steak Rupon sandwich?"
I think he meant Reuben.
A steak Reuben sandwich? Oh, he was asking me about doing it.
NRX makes maybe.
Yeah. And Mad Sexy was asking me about how would I make a What was it? Beef?
Oh, I see somebody.
Mad Sexy, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. I can't remember what you asked me to talk about. Some kind of steak sandwich. I don't remember. Hey, be quiet. Our dog looks kind of like a little tiny Yeti. She's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. So next thing. Patriot sent me an email.
Oh, that's a grenade launcher. They can be the best player.
And it was pretty interesting. So I wanted to cover it here. Now, we know that the Cody case, right? Where they're talking about
Knocked one with a sniper?
ARs. It's when they made the statement that ARs are not military weapons, right? I'm trying to find his. I had it and I lost it here. They're not weapons of war, right? Which everybody thought was really good. And I never really thought of this, and I haven't heard anybody else mention it. But Patriot is apparently super smart and brought up a really good point.
Suspicious.
Oh, suspicious. All right. So, either way, I'm just going to read straight from your email, if that's okay.
Yeah, it was a cut and paste, so go ahead.
You thieving bastard. You cut and pasted that?
You don't see the format's different, I think.
Well, some of the stuff is weird when it comes from you because of your speak to text stuff. Every once in a while, something comes in wonky. Like you used to have sawed off shotgun and it's SOD off, sawed off, like no grass.
Why he doesn't have? Why would he put more effort into it than is necessary? I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought I was like, man, this guy's awesome. Look what he did. So we're talking about the AR. They're talking about the AR-15 not being a weapon of war, right? And we thought, okay, great. So that means that it's not a military rifle, and they won't. Go ahead.
With the Cody thing, it was about the First Amendment, printing out, or not printing, but posting designs for the
3D printers. Yeah.
And so that was kind of a statement, which when I first wrote that, I kind of said it was part of the decision, but I think it's actually just a statement or an opinion, which they're all different, and I'm no lawyer, so go ahead.
Right. Whatever. I mean, it's important.
So.
It's important nonetheless because that's whatever that was a statement. If it was a statement, if it was just said off the cuff or whatever, it's a really important statement for them to say that they're not weapons of war. So in the email, it says, Patriot wrote, keeping the 1934 NFA in mind, the 1939 U.S. versus Miller decision concerned the constitutional right to own a sawed-off shotgun. The decision contains the following text. The court cannot take judicial notice that a shotgun having a barrel less than 18 inches long has today any reasonable relation to the preservation or efficiency of a well-regulated militia, and therefore cannot say that the Second Amendment guarantees to the citizen the right to keep and bear such a weapon. So basically they're saying because it's because of its size, it's not necessary, whatever. In the absence of any evidence tending to show that possession or use of a shotgun having a barrel of less than 18 inches in length at this time has some reasonable relationship to the preservation or efficiency of a well-regulated militia. We cannot say that the Second Amendment guarantees the right to keep and bear such an instrument. Certainly, it is not within judicial notice that this weapon is in any part of the ordinary military equipment, or that its use could contribute to the common defense. So, because of its length, and it's not a military weapon because it's not useful, quote unquote, not useful in militaries. So, it's an NFA item because it's not a military item. So if they're saying an AR-15 is not a military item, have they opened up the doors to possibly saying that same thing about ARs? And that was a really good point.
That's a very
yeah, right. No, go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just gonna say that's a very slippery slope, and the door has been open there.
Yeah.
If that's how they're gonna interpret it.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, as I've kind of thought about it a little bit too, is one thing that to add to it maybe is the use of the M4 with the really like the 14-inch barrel. So now the military does use barrels that are shorter than what we can legally purchase non-NFA, the 16-inch. So that kind of throws a little bit more of a monkey wrench in it, right? I don't know. What do you guys' thoughts? And Patriot, this is your baby, so if you want to go more in depth or with it, please do.
Yeah, it was just something that caught my eye. I mean, because G was talking about the Miller case a couple months ago, I think it was, or last month, and just stating that since the military didn't use sawed-off shotguns, that's why we can't have them, basically. And so when they say, just like it read whatever, I'm not looking at it right now, but the whole idea, it was just. I know that they like to change the meanings of words now, and that's one of their kind of plays, And I know that it's not an official decision or whatever, and depends on who's in the Supreme Court, if they're constitutionalists or how they want to look at it. But I didn't know if that might lead to some kind of issue, in some state or whatever, some local that wants to look at it. That's why I was just throwing it out there.
Yeah, and I mean, I totally
just kind of concerned. I don't know.
I totally see it because they're in one instance you're saying, well, this isn't military use, so it's NFA.
And if you read that, it said it's not constitutionally protected. I mean, you don't really have a right to it. So I don't know if it means that you have to pay a tax stamp to get it, or if it just says, well, that's not really protected because that's not what they were talking about.
All right, so I have a question. Is the wording in military use or is the wording in common use?
If this was in the absence of any evidence tending to show that possession or use of a shotgun having a barrel less than 18 inches in length at this time has some reasonable relationship to the preservation or efficiency of a well-regulated militia. We cannot say that the Second Amendment guarantees the right to keep and bear such an instrument.
Okay, but
they're basically saying that they're not saying that it's this wording doesn't say that it should be illegal. It's just saying that we're not going to guarantee that it is.
Yeah, it's completely ambiguous, like a lot of what they like to do, and it's left up to interpretation. But I mean, my question comes in, and I mean, it seems to me it's more of a catch-22. I mean, so if the only guns that are protected by the Second Amendment are guns that are in military use, then we should be allowed to have fucking M16s. We should be allowed to have fucking big bore our howitzers, and I mean, we should be able to have any fucking thing, any weapon system that is in military use. But if they use the term common use, then you got to look at it as whether it's the military world or civilian world, and what is in common use. And I've heard it put both ways. I've heard the military use, and I've also heard common use. And I've heard common use out of judges' mouths in rulings, which is why the AR, I mean, they cannot say it's not in common use, because there's how many millions of them out there in the United States of America.
Somebody else was about to say something. Was that you, Sarge?
And that was me.
Oh, go ahead.
I think that some of that stuff is coming from the weapons of war clause that came out recently, where the government was making or finally admitted that AR-15s weren't categorized as weapons of war. And they said that anything that was 50 cal and under wasn't considered a weapon of war. Also, anything without drum magazines in that caliber, magazines 50 rounds and over, thing that had automatic targeting systems, guided targeting systems, stuff like that, weren't. If it didn't have those, then it wasn't considered to be a weapons of war. So your AR-15, stuff like that, doesn't really fall into that. And they've admitted to that. The government, this was the government that admitted to that real recently. That was the articles I was reading today.
Okay, so then does the Second Amendment protect so-called weapons of war? I mean, for civilians, does it enable us to have weapons of war or non-weapons of war?
That's the hingy part. You can still get a AR or a 50 cal. You can still, within certain reason, have those things, but they were just finally emphatically determining what is a true weapon of war. Because for a long time, even in 2017, Maryland had passed a law banning AR-15s because they listed them as a weapon of war and said that you couldn't have those. And they grandfathered other people in, or other people that already had them pre that year. And this was a big win for that, because they said, no, this wasn't a weapon of war. AR-15s existed way before then, before the military ever adopted it. And so anything 50 cal and under wasn't a weapon of war. So it's a win in that regard, but it's not that you can't own. It didn't really go that in depth. It was just them finally admitting that, no, it's not. And anything from that point under isn't. So,
and then on top of that, I mean, a civilian AR-15 is completely different than an M16 or M4 or a select fire equipped M4. I mean, yes, they look the same cosmetically, but they operate differently. I mean, it all comes back to the one pull of the trigger and how many bullets you get out of it.
Well, the other thing with that Cody decision, I mean, that was the Obama administration that went after them because they were trying to, I think from my understanding was that they were trying to block him from being able to put the stuff online because it fell under a clause that to sell things, to our enemies kind of thing, like transfer of munitions out of our, like export things. And so obviously putting them online and having somebody, in whatever country print something out and they have one of our weapons of war, that's obviously, that's protected. We can't do that. That's all the laws with the FFLs or something.
Now the Cody, I mean, the Cody decision, I believe that's what you said. Is that the Ghost Gunner thing? Is that the Ghost Gunner guy? Okay.
Yeah, he's the one that put the basically the designs online, and then Obama says you can't do that because you're selling our secrets or whatever. That's what he was trying to stop him. I mean, who knows if that wasn't his real reason for obviously trying to get this guy shut down, but he was using the excuse that foreign powers could get our weapons, but then they obviously did. I think that's why they went to that route where it's really not weapons of war. These aren't what we really use out, in the military. So I don't know if that kind of covers that or not.
I think that was a huge decision that came out on our sides in this past. I mean, what was it? 2 weeks? I mean that he fought it and he fought it and he fought it and it came out that, bro, I'm not doing anything wrong, so I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
I might be able to kill them.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that's is a Second Amendment win for us as far as I see it.
Yeah. the thing was with that, I think they kind of consider it. I posted something on gun channels when that first came out that SAF put out, because they're the ones that jointly went after it or whatever. But I don't know. It's just that the idea that they shot it down, the government, and he's allowed to do all that stuff is good. It was just that one little clause that they put out with it that just kind of caught my eye. So regardless if it's because they think they were trying to sell weapons that are freely promote our weapons outside of the country or something, but
to hostile nations or hostile nation states or whatever you want to, whatever the government wants to label them as. No, I totally have to give the guy credit for hanging in there and taking it up as far as he had to go. And, he walked away with a complete win for all of us, I believe.
Garcia's got some stuff out there. It's in the chat too. He's talking about it. Said he would agree that we should have anything that the military uses as long as the purchaser knows the consequences of misusing it. That would be interesting. I mean, that's true. The AR-15 does predate the M16, he said. And I didn't know this. He said also the M16 was almost never adopted by our military, which I didn't know it was. They turned it down at first. If it wasn't for a 4th of July picnic where a general saw a demonstration of the rifle. I never heard that. You guys ever hear that?
I haven't, and I'm curious on what the other guns were that were in the running for that.
I don't know that. Go ahead.
I just suggest you listen to Dead Horse and David's stuff. They could go in depth with a lot of that stuff. So.
Oh, I love it when Dead Horse and David get together. Both of them guys, they're I mean they truly are a wealth of knowledge, and I really love what David's doing when it comes to reloading and being, just the condition that he's in, being visually impaired, and he's got people out here like us who will sit in a freaking chat with him and have him point his camera at whatever he's doing, and have somebody who knows what they're doing when it comes to the subject. And that's the beauty of gun channels, is a lot of us, if we have a specific skill set, if we have a specific amount of knowledge about something, we share it. And that's a great thing about this community.
He said he just get in a build fight with Ninja and then put C4 at the bottom and he could kill Ninja.
Psycho says the AR-10 was designed first, he believes. Then the military asked about a smaller caliber. And that led to the AR-15 and then the M16.
Wasn't the AR-7 before the AR-10?
Nah, the AR-7 is the little 22 survival rifle, isn't it?
Yeah, the AR-7 would be the Air Force survival rifle.
Yeah.
I would think that would have came along before 308 AR-15.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm just.
General Relativity says he heard he's now dumping a bunch of different prints and CAD plans for a variety of firearms and accessories out in the net. Do you know anything about the guy? Like, is he getting paid to do this in any way? I mean, does he have sponsors? Is he ad revenue? Do you guys know anything about him?
Not for me, not specifically, but I would say he's doing pretty good when it comes to the sales of his machines and just making the plans available so that anybody who buys his machines is able to do what the hell they want with them.
Well, I've heard that, he's making them to order or whatever, but he's making them Gunsnob says, I heard he just basically said F the government. Unknown user said he's a borderline anarchist. And that's kind of what I was going to say was he's building machines kind of to order. I'd heard if you put an order in, he's putting them together. But he's also, as far as I know, and that's why I asked, putting plans out on the internet, just putting them out there. He's not necessarily, that's not going to help him monetarily, right? That makes me kind of wonder. I'm curious about him because he's building a machine to use the plans, but he's giving the plans out for free, when he could just give them out to only the people that buy the machines. You know what I mean?
So,
but there might be something legal with it, though.
So,
as far as
could be.
I'm sorry, Patriot.
Oh, that's all right. No, it's just if he sells a machine with plans included, that may fall under a different umbrella than it's free speech to put that stuff out there, right? That's why he's allowed to, because it's his right to free speech. The government can't tell him not to, so he puts it out there, and how many people can anybody can get them, but how can you use it unless you have a machine? And he just happens to sell a machine that just happens to be able to use the plans. So I think if he sold it and only gave whoever bought his machines the plans, I think that would fall under more of a manufacturing, and it wouldn't be protected because it's not it's kind of included as a package thing.
Right.
There might be some legal
could be
ramifications. And if he's putting out plans that everybody gets, more people are going to say, shoot, I got these plans, I want this machine. So,
and I personally think it's kind of it's a good thing for him to be doing. It's a generous thing for him to be doing. I mean, knowledge is power.
It's also ammo.
Yeah, right. and I could have threw that in there, and I was trying to, but I couldn't come up with the, I could not come up with the gun or
subscribe
with
now.
The only thing I thought was I'm just a Bill singing.
I'm already subbed, but I mean, there's like Patriot said, it's First Amendment. So what is wrong with putting information out there? I mean, everything else falls on the person who's using that information and how they're using it, and if they're using it in a legal manner, or if they're just flipping shit out of their garage and breaking federal law and state law, and then those people should be locked up. I mean, I think we can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm. Down in the Gun Channels chat, DT Pfeiffer saying, I think he's given the plans. I think he's given the plans available for free because part of the reason for doing this in the first place was to make gun laws obsolete, which kind of goes along with the anarchist party. He's trying to break up, kind of shake up the system a little bit.
Is it anarchy? Is it anarchy or is it patriotism?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think he's trying to collapse anything.
No,
as far as
he's not trying to take down the government. He's not trying to take down the gun industry. He's, from what I know, he's just trying to. He found a niche, and he's taking advantage of it. And then him putting all this stuff out there just on the web for anybody to find. I mean, if you want to figure out, CNC designs or whatever he's actually posting out there, specs and all that stuff.
The Missouri Phantom says, someone make an order and build a Terminator T-800. No thanks. General Relativity says he's a well-off engineer. He doesn't really need the money. There you go.
So
that's another thing too. Unknown user is saying right now each Ghost Gunner machine only makes one design. The plans are for use with 3D printers. So maybe they are.
No, hang on. Each ghost gunner machine is not only capable of making one design.
I think it comes programmed for one, but you can probably reprogram it. I think that's what it sounded like.
Which is why he made all this stuff public. So if you want to make a 1911 today and you want to let that machine go and mill out a 1911 from a blank of aluminum or whatever the hell you're with, you can do that. But then tomorrow, if you want to mill 80% lower, or if you go even further and mill out 100% lower from a solid blank of aluminum, that's possible, and that has been possible since, I mean, I saw him doing it at TriggerCon 2017 last year. So one machine is not limited to one design. It's all in the software, which is why I think he made it all public.
Wait, how does wood work in Minecraft? You only get one per block. Yeah, you get one per block. So everybody Jorge wants to make his own Terminator now too. I don't know if that's a good idea, Jorge. I think you should stay away from making Terminators. I think that's such a hot idea.
Never works out.
I can't see that. Yeah, I can't see that ending good. I could totally see he makes a Terminator, and then in like a year later we're just gonna be shaking our head and being like, "Fucking Jorge, man." Just had to go and do it. Just had to go make a Terminator.
And become self-aware, and it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, he just wanted a buddy. He just wanted somebody to hang around with. Got out of hand. Got out of hand like that. Next thing you know, we're fighting the damn things. Everything's on fire. It's horrible.
Yeah. So that
he's just obnoxious as long as he gets his tax stamp. Wow. T-stamp. They call it a T-stamp. Terminator stamp.
I've got a question for you guys in the panel before it starts to get too dark here. Do you want to see my my patch collection? That what I have in my truck right now is just 2 years of doing TriggerCon, and then my 2 to 3 years of being a Gun Channels member.
You got
absolutely
a bag full.
All right, give me a minute. Let me go grab my keys to my truck because they're all on my headliner.
Midnight, that gun you were thinking of was an AR-5. It was the Air Force rifle.
But those are
Yeah, it was 1954 by Armalite, a division of Fairchild Engine Airplane Corporation.
So that you said 53?
54.
54.
And
so
then
when was the first AR-15 developed?
AR-10 was done in 56, and then they went to the AR-15, the Armalite, in 59.
Huh. Okay.
So quite early. I mean, people, that's, people think it's such a more modern gun than it is, and it's not. It's a really, really old.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I knew it was in the. I thought it was like 60 or 61. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, Oh, sorry.
No, yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say the M1 Garand that I used in the last video that I put up was 1957. Had a manufacturing date in 1957. So, there's that frame model gun that was, older than, some of those Garands.
And then the M14 back there in there too. When's I don't know when the M14 was developed either.
Let's see. Oh, my book.
Yeah, I can look it up too.
M14 was I can't say for sure, but I know it was used in Korea.
Became standard issue in 59. The M14 did.
There it is.
Doesn't say when it was. I'm sure it'll say here when it was developed. But.
First order was in 1962. That's when the first order was.
Designed in 1949.
1949. They didn't place the first order.
49. Wow. Damn.
Also that.
I wouldn't have guessed it was that old.
I also hate the long-haired one. The long-haired.
Designed in 49, produced from 59 to 64.
Oh, I was looking at the auto one. Yeah.
I used to chug
I was looking at my Springfield book, and I looked at the full auto one. They made a full auto version of that one.
His lantern had just gotten red.
Wow, that's interesting.
And I sat in
Oh.
front of him.
I don't have a whole lot for tonight other than this stuff, but Garcia says, wasn't the M14 made in 51 or something? Yeah, 49. Do you guys have anything else going on? Do you have anything else to talk about? Any other topics of the day? You can pull up the old gun feed here and see if anything interesting.
What I just saw.
Austin, come on. You're gonna die. No, I can give you Bandai rats.
Oh, yeah, I did see this. I wanted to. Brady Group sues Cabela's over straw gun sale that later involved murder. Let's see that.
It turns out to be an FBI sting operation and no one goes to jail.
Just don't understand how.
Hey, there's a build fight on top of Trump Tower. You want to be booty holes?
What?
And go
The wife is saying I should send you that video. What video are you talking about?
like builds up.
Group is seeking damages from the sporting goods chain, arguing that store employees ignored warning signs of July 2016's illegal straw purchase made by the girlfriend of a longtime criminal. The gun was soon traded on the street for a stolen .22 long rifle pistol, which he had on him when he was arrested by police for outstanding warrants. The 40 caliber handgun was tied to a September 2016 drive-by shooting in Wilmington. And a bystander was shot and killed. How? Oh man, that's such a tough. Like, it's just like a super blatant assault on the industry, the firearms industry. You've got a legal sale that then the person that buys it becomes a criminal purposefully, and the original seller is trying to be held accountable for that. How the hell are you supposed to know?
Brother, chill.
It's like somebody comes in and buys a gun and gives it to somebody else or sells it. How are you supposed to know that's,
Oh, well, okay.
How do you take that as a suit to against them? It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying my best to show off patches. I had to turn off Bluetooth because it plugged me into my truck as soon as I put the keys in. So I got a bunch of extra Vortex shit.
Jake Paul and jump off the mountain.
If anybody wants a Vortex patch, I got like 2 to 3 extras.
Hey, I'm always up for.
They're sweaty.
I do love my
I
Vortex.
have no shame. I have no shame, so I will say sure.
People on the panel, I can't put it out to everybody on YouTube, but on the panel or gun channels, the first 3 people to send me their address will get a free Vortex patch.
Oh my goodness!
All right.
I never thought about putting them on a headliner like that.
Austin, what are you doing?
All my gun channel stuff.
Slingers have a massive range. That's gonna kill you.
Of course, my local guys, Tactical
Also
Taylor,
put double
Big
4
Ghost
and then double
Precision,
pyramid, or just that default name.
Finger Arms.
What's the one on the right there?
Which one?
Nobody else got that joke.
I'm sure you're just fucking with me, but
Hey, change your battery.
Hey, it looks good. I like it.
There are some cool patches, man. That's a nice vortex patch. I like it. That green, that lime green. That's cool.
I mean,
it ain't as cool as my bacon pancakes patch though.
No, it's not.
How about that one right there?
I bet you that default's name is Thomas.
Not police.
Again, I'm killing myself. No, Thomas.
Hey, I have a VG. I have that patch, that VG6 precision patch. I have that one.
No, what about
That's the yeah. That's the muzzle. I have that. That's the muzzle brake I have on my 308.
Oh, heck that kid.
They're the same booth with Aero Precision, so I don't know if they're just, or if they were just sharing a booth, or what the actual deal was.
That's a nice. I love that thing. That's a nice muzzle brake, man. It works great.
Yeah, same.
It really breaks the muzzle. You know what I'm saying? Break the shit out of this muzzle.
For some reason, I think this works better at nighttime when there's no light in here and all I have is my spotlight.
Yeah, probably. If you put a muzzle brake on a muzzle loader, is it muzzle brake?
Muzzle brake.
You could commit crazy mass murders with a muzzle brake muzzle loader. They'd never be able to stop you and or find you.
In case
Amazing.
anyone's wondering, I still need the black one of that one.
Of what?
Heck, you know, Rain. We're going to do choice plan. Awesome. You can easily change the lyrics to like Olive's plan.
Oh, there's a stripper patch too. There's an Ugg boot patch. Oh, that's a scar.
I drive the car.
Oh yeah, these right here. Hang on.
It's a tan Ugg boot.
In Fortnite.
Fuck, I got.
Dude, they were just fooling
Sorry
me
for
when
language.
I like Rocky and I like Allier. But that's Allier.
So these are the official Trigger Con. That was Trigger Con 2017.
Dude, Allier is actually a good YouTuber in my opinion. Also, go to that green one. They really
There's Trigger Con 2018.
Hey.
Very cool.
You got a Mac patch right there, and then
That AK all day patch. I'm gonna get one of those too.
AK all day, and I just put a new one up. Let me find it. Oh, it's gonna be hard to show.
No, there you just say Allier is not a good YouTuber.
See that one?
Yeah.
AK again.
I actually dare you.
Make AKs great again. That's awesome.
I love that one. That's a
that's a good patch.
This one here too is also an awesome patch. It's like.
Did you say he was bad or he was?
I don't know. What's the old band? The fucking.
It's a Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead or the Sugar Skulls. Yeah.
Day of the Dead.
Dia de la Muerta.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a little work to do. I put all this stuff out here the other night, and I could go back and reorganize it, or.
How you doing, Knockbrain?
Met this guy here, Ammoland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already liked him.
He's the assistant editor. So I had a good time talking with him on multiple occasions over these past few days. He's a good guy. I don't know if I should be ashamed of this one or not, but hey, I have it.
TNP? What's TNP?
The Nothing Fancy. regardless what people say, he was the first one who, when I started getting into guns, I
don't think I've ever watched a Nothing Fancy video.
I know you've never watched an entire Nothing Fancy video.
I was just gonna say the first one I watched of his is still playing on my desktop.
I'm gonna say you better set aside at least an hour.
Dude, now this one here, you see Mr. fucking Bigfoot or whatever you want to call him? Hang on. Let me reframe.
Mm-hmm.
I dig that patch.
No, chill out.
Yankee should get that as a patch. You should do a Sasquatch patch.
And there's Mike right there from MW Tactical.
Oh, cool.
Regular grenades or stink fuels?
Yeah, it's tough to show this off on the cell phone thing, but cool. Grey Ghost Precision, come and take it.
Open your heart.
I was surprised to find out that these guys are actually local, and I'm in contact, or I'm going to be getting in contact with them, and I already have an invite to come out and check out their whole manufacturing facility and see guns born from nothing to an actual firearm. So
it's very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right, I'm done.
All right. No, that's cool, man. All right. Does anybody else have any topics? If not, we can talk about some junk food. We'll cut it short tonight too. We don't have to do like a 5-hour show like we normally do. Nothing wrong with that. I can get an extra hour of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in for the haul. It's all up to you, dude.
All right. Let's figure out what the best candy bar is on the planet, huh? And then after that, if we have any topics or anything that's going on, we'll talk about it. If not, we'll cut it short.
Who knew the fate of the world's candy bars would be decided tonight?
I heard that happened to Too Hottie when he was an infant. Cut it short.
How?
With a knife.
So many times.
All right.
That was perfect timing.
Yeah. Ow.
Ow.
Psychus does whatchamacallit, Nabba Zabba. He must have had a stroke or something. He's not even make sense. Those aren't even real words.
I remember when the whatchamacallit came out.
Whatchamahoojit. Yeah. All right. Jorge says top 10 ghost guns. How would we know what they are if they're ghost guns? Mind blown, right? Good God. So, here's what we did. We came up with a whole bunch of candy bars. We're going to pit them against each other in the Thunderdome style fight to the death. And whatever wins, I'm going to buy one tomorrow and eat it. That's the prize.
On video.
No, who cares about that?
In super slow motion.
Yeah, this is caramel and just horribleness everywhere.
Okay, this is horrible.
I'll just let it in my truck and then you squeeze it like.
You get a payday with no water or no drink.
Yeah. So here's what they are. I'll run down them real quick and then I got them all tagged up here. Three Musketeers, Heath Bar. Baby Ruth against the Fifth Avenue. Whatchamacallit versus a Crackle. Not a Crackle P11, but a Crackle Bar. Peanut Butter Cup versus a Mallow Cup. Charleston Chew versus a Slim Jim. You guys were talking about Slim Jims back in the chat. When I said when I said
I just threw that out there out of honoring it.
Yeah. When you guys said, "Hey, throw out some candy bars in there," and you said Slim Jim is a candy bar, and I thought, you know what, Charleston Chew can go up against Slim Jim. Slim Jim might win, so we'll do that one.
Wait. Slim Jim is what?
It's meat candy. It's meat
Oh,
candy.
Welcome to the game.
Oh, that is not a freaking candy bar. And if that took, hang on.
This just in: Slim Jims aren't candy.
If that
call the press, call the papers.
Travis, if that took the place of let's say a Snickers,
no,
a Twix,
nope,
or a Butterfinger, then
nope.
Yeah, okay. Well,
meat candy versus Charleston Chew. Then we got a a Zagnut versus a Cowtail. Cowtails are good. I mean, Cowtail too is like not really a candy bar, but we're gonna let it slide.
What's a Zagnut?
Zagnut is
Zags and nuts.
Yeah.
I do remember it was in Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice liked them. Almond Joy and Butterfinger.
Well,
that's a tough one.
And Snickers versus Twix.
That's not tough at all. Oh, well, that one's tough.
So we'll knock this out, and then if anything pops up afterwards, we'll talk about it.
You only put 10 in there, and one of them is a freaking Slim Jim. Am I understanding this correctly?
No, there's 16.
Okay.
And Slim Jims are meat.
Meat candy.
Meat candy?
Like bacon.
No.
Why isn't bacon in there then?
There's sugar in there to cure the meat.
No.
Oh,
No. It's not fucking candy.
Bacon with a hand down.
That's a midday protein.
You can't buy bacon in a convenience store in a wrapper, but you can at Slim Jim.
You can get bacon in a bag.
You get the bacon jerky.
Yep.
That's true. You know what? I had some bacon jerky. My wife and some family went down to the beach this summer, and she brought me back a bunch of jerky. And one of them was bacon. Wasn't that good. It was just like cold bacon. It wasn't. I mean, it tasted like bacon. It was good, but like I expected it to be a little bit like more candied or something like that. Yeah, it was okay. They did have some. They did have some
more bacon flavor.
Yeah.
Was it thick cut and was it tender or was it chewy?
Yeah, it was kind of tender. Yeah.
As a chef, have you tried baconaise yet?
Tried what?
Baconaise.
Oh yeah. What are you crazy? Look at me. Of course I've had bacon mayonnaise.
Well, sure. Not everybody's heard of it.
This fucking guy over here.
How about the
who left the door open?
The State Fair favorite chocolate covered bacon?
Yeah. Yeah, there's one of the donuts is pretty cool too, is when they dip them in the bacon. Do like the glaze and then dip them in chopped bacon. That's cool.
Best are the Tijuana dogs wrapped in bacon sandwiches.
Maple bacon donut, yes please.
Slim Jims or edible aglets. Kangaroo jerky is awesome. I've had kangaroo. Kangaroo's good.
Sorry, but I'll take a pepperoni stick over a Slim Jim, and I'll probably take a ostrich.
Ostrich is good.
I used to work at like a health food place, and ostrich is super, super lean, but really high in protein. So we got little, like, almost pepperoni sticks, but it was ostrich, and dude, I would grub on those things all day long because, of course, working there, I would be able just to grab what I wanted and throw 50 cents in the till and say that's my cost. So.
I didn't even know ostriches had sticks. That's interesting.
They used to.
Yeah. So let's start banging this out. Let's start knocking this out. Gizzard, we'll start with you. Three Musketeer versus a Heath Bar.
Heath Bar, my absolute favorite candy bar of all time.
Well, goddamn.
That's his number one seed.
There you go.
Would be for me.
Gunpowder Butte.
I honestly don't even know what's in a Heath Bar.
Gizzard? Dollar?
It's basically English toffee covered in chocolate.
Three Musketeers.
Slap in the face to your favorite candy bar.
He's from Texas, you know.
Take your English toffee and pet. Ammo.
I like the Heath bars.
Oh.
Attaboy.
Patriot.
Yeah, I'm not too up on the toffee, so I'll go 3 Musketeers.
Okay. Sarge.
They had guns.
It's got to be Heath bar all the way.
Ooh. Too hotty?
3 Musketeers.
Uh-oh, so I get to break this? Man. I personally got to go 3 Musketeers. Sorry.
Savage.
Yeah.
Nasty candy bar. It tastes like nothing.
There's something.
It's just out. He's going to be upset.
There's something about that whipped marshmallowy goodness that then you get your nougat.
It's like I paid $1.25 for this.
What exactly is nougat?
Exactly.
Nougat is
nothing.
Let the
Honey
chef
and nuts,
explain
isn't
it to you.
Oh man, I forget.
Nothing in it. Just nothing.
It's a whipped cream. It's whipped cream, right?
Yeah, I forget.
I think it's got honey in it.
It's hopelessness and depression.
I can't remember. I will look it up and I'll get back to you. Okay, so Baby Ruth versus Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue for me. Hottie?
What is a fifth? What's a Fifth Avenue?
Dark chocolate Butterfinger.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate Butterfinger, and we do still have Butterfinger on the list.
Yeah.
All right, so Fifth Avenue versus what? Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth.
Oh, yeah. Baby
Nougat
Ruth.
is a candy made from sugar or honey, nuts, and egg whites.
We need a nougat video now.
Baby Ruth is the way I got to go.
Baby Ruth, huh?
I'm not about that New York Fifth Avenue fucking bullshit.
Hmm. Oh, Vanessa Kitty's getting crazy out there. She's hiding my wife. Things are getting gnarly out there. Cat fight.
Vanessa Kitty is the wife. How's she hiding the wife?
Huh? Vanessa Kitty's not my wife.
No. Okay, never mind.
Some gyms are meat.
I read it backwards. Yeah, my wife's out there hiding people. Oh, what are you doing out there? You destroying my. I actually did that. I did that yesterday. Was it yesterday to Grim? I think I went to put my phone down, and I banned Grim from from chat for a second. They're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "It was an accident. I don't know."
Hey Travis, whose chat was that? Because I was listening. I totally forget whose chat it was.
That was last night.
It would have been.
Ask Gary. He was on it too.
Was it Gizzard and Roll call? No.
No, it was last night.
It must have been This Week Unloaded, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I jumped on the chat as I was finishing up at the restaurant to do my order and stuff like that. So I was finishing cleaning up and talking to him a little bit, and yeah, I kept picking my phone up and putting it down. Because I was moving around the kitchen, and yeah, I looked down and I realized that I banned Grim from the chat. No, Sarge, Baby Ruth or Fifth Avenue?
Baby Ruth.
You are a Baby Ruth. Uh-oh.
Hi, everybody.
What's going down, Rich? You're right beside Sarge here. So what do you think, Baby Ruth or Fifth Avenue?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Speaking of the devil, we were just talking about.
That's right. We were.
I don't know if I can choose between the two of those.
Well, that's
get out of here.
That's kind of the name of the game here.
Accidentally hit the ban button.
Yeah.
Are we talking the old school Fifth Avenue that actually had peanuts on top of it still?
They could probably be any era of Fifth Avenue.
Say any. Yes, we'll say any. If you want to start picking the vintage candies, sure, go ahead.
Okay, I'll take the vintage Fifth Avenue.
Oh, honey.
Version of the Fifth Avenue that still had peanuts on it there.
And I still do not believe I've ever come across or eaten a Fifth Avenue bar or candy bar or whatever they're called.
Rich's favorite candy is black licorice.
No.
Rock candies.
Poor guy's just sitting there just chewing mouthfuls of sugar. That's as close as it gets to candy. Patriot, what kind of candy? Baby Ruth or Fifth Avenue?
Although I really, really like Goonies, and I'm going to have to still go with Fifth Avenue. But, with Goonies and, Baby Ruth,
Yeah, Ruth, baby. Baby Ruth. Yeah. Boomer.
Over those two, I'll go with Baby Ruth.
Gunpowder. Now we can have it. We can have a tie. So if we get a tie, we'll go to the chat. But
yes.
Gunpowder. What kind of candy bars you want to get your kids all hopped up on here?
Baby Ruth.
And Gizwa?
Baby Ruth.
Oh, Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth runs away with it.
I think Baby Ruth is generic. It's like a generic candy bar.
I'll tell you what, as a youngster, I didn't want to touch it because it had peanuts in it and whatnot, but even though I would still eat Snickers, but as I grew a little bit older, I can appreciate a Baby Ruth. I can't speak on this Fifth Avenue thing because I have never come across one.
It's steeped in old time and tradition.
Any candy bar that could be mistaken for a turd in a swimming pool, I don't know if I want to eat it.
Any candy bar
exactly why you should want to eat it.
Any candy bar what?
Can be mistaken for a turd in a swimming pool.
That's most of them, dude.
That's a good Caddyshack reference.
Yeah, right?
No, that's most of them, though.
I'm trying to look up a whatchamacallit and see what's in it. I can't remember what's in them.
Baby Ruth, originally made by Curtis Candy.
His last name was really Candy?
Well, that was the name of the company. Curtis Candy. They made
that's a hell of a name. Butterfinger's pretty awesome. All right, so Crackle P11 bar versus a whatchamacallit. We'll pronounce the H real heavy here. Whatchamacallit.
Where do you get off?
Whip.
Crackle.
Gunpowder.
What is in a whatchamacallit?
Beats the shit out of me. Yeah, I can't remember.
Then I'm going to go with a crackle.
No, whatchamacallit? Chocolate, Rice Krispies, caramel. I forget what else, but I remember.
Yeah, it's got a couple of things in it. It's a Hershey's product too.
It's like a Crackle Supreme.
Yeah, it's pretty much like if you take a Crackle bar and a Three Musketeers, and does it have peanuts in it?
It's been so long. I don't remember. I was trying to remember that myself.
And it's got a ton of stuff.
Okay, well, just that sounds delicious, so I'm going to change it to a whatchamacallit.
All right. She picks the Hoojama. What's it? Boomer.
Whatchamacallit. I remember when they came out, and I was just nuts for those things. I'm going to the gas station up above Sarge's and eating them like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He was nuts for him. You're like a little commercial. I'm going nuts for him.
They did have some
Patriot.
cool commercials for him back then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatchamacallit? I remember that. Patriot, what you be picking? Whatchamacallit or a Crackle Bar?
Whatchamacallit.
Ah. Rich? Let me guess. Neither of those. You want to pick? You want to pick the little?
Call it. 'Cause I remember when they came out.
You want to pick the little the little wax bottles with the sugar water in them, right?
Yeah, that was my brother that liked those things.
The wax lips.
Candy corns.
So I forget what comedian was talking about candy corn one time, and he said they haven't made candy corn for like 30 years.
Yeah, it just keeps getting passed around.
Yeah, they basically give it out to the kids, and then they just gather it all back up, repackage it, and sell it the next year because it sucks so bad nobody wants to eat it. They just redo it.
Like 2 to 10 candy corns are okay every year around Halloween time, but after that, yeah, they're no good, dude.
Yeah, they're super sweet.
Yeah,
it's just like
you guys haven't seen where they basically took and repackaged candy corns as snowmen now. It's like candy corn snowmen.
Yeah, they have a lot of flavors now. They're not just regular.
Getting as bad as Peeps.
Yeah. DT Pfeiffer says Snickers versus Twix in the first round. #rigged. Oh, that's a tough. I know that's a tough one. I mean, you know what? We're here to make the tough decisions.
That's like a 1 versus 4 or something. That's just unheard of in the first round.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it really is tough because you have how many varieties of Twix, but you only have like 2 varieties of Snickers. You have your peanut.
No,
there's a lot of Snickers. Yeah.
Snickers now. They got a whole bunch of different flavors.
They have like a pretzel one, I think. It's like the blue wrapper.
If this was like an ice cream bar challenge,
that's not even a Snickers anymore. Then if they throw or excuse my language, God, I keep swearing.
It's way too late for that.
If they throw pretzels in a Snickers bar, it's not even a Snickers anymore. Just give it a different name, dude.
Have you ever had the Snickers ice cream bar?
Yes.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. Yes.
That is phenomenal.
Holy schmollers. Deep fried Snickers.
Do you ever have one of those little Friendly's ice cream cups that you buy that has like the Snickers and stuff ground up in it?
With the wood spoon.
Yeah, those things are really good too. You get one of the little bite-sized Snickers on top of it.
Wooden spoons, no.
And you get to chew on the wooden spoon when you're done, and that's just it's just a bonus, right? So, Rich, other than the little wax lips, other than a set of wax lips,
people were doing noise.
And rock candy.
Oh, he picked and rock candy. You picked the whatchamacallit. Heard that? Okay. Who are you, Sarge?
Yes, I will take the whatchamacallit, please, for 1,000.
Yeah, you will. Hottie?
What is this crackle thing? Is it like peanut brittle or what?
A crackle bar. It's just like a Rice Crisp. It's like the Rice Krispie in chocolate kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot of chocolate, some Rice Krispie.
All right. Well, and you get that in a whatchamacallit, except you get caramel as well. So I believe so. Anyway, it's been a long time since I've had a whatchamacallit, but I go whatchamacallit.
As do I. So that's what we're gonna. All right. Next is the Battle of the Cups.
Oh my goodness! We have freaking.
Outhouses here. See, now we got an odd number again, so we don't have to worry about tying. Okay, so
what do I walk into? Okay, guys, what's going on? Before we go any further,
we got a hipster in the house, so everybody, watch your
farm animals.
What farm animals and
candy bar bracket.
Well, apparently you have Richard Petty in here as well.
Yes.
watch watch your farm animals and watch your tight jeans and hipster jeans and Ugg boots and all that good stuff.
What the hell's an Ugg boot?
It's a fur-lined, comfy boot that is great in the wintertime.
But that was the proper response.
Look at the back end of a Scar 16.
Just go to Starbucks. I'm in October, and you will know.
I went to the hipster even pretend like he doesn't know what a Ugg boot is. He owns like probably a pair in every color you can get.
I went through an instructor's course with a Navy SEAL, and he came in wearing Navy with Ugg boots, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to say anything. If he wants to wear Ugg boots, I guess he can wear Ugg boots." I sure as hell ain't going to say nothing to the guy.
Well, actually, I have
They're
Ariat
so
and
comfortable.
Dakota.
I'm getting pretty close to getting a pair of them Ariats, or whatever they're called.
I like mine. I mean, it's comfortable as hell, man. They take a while to break in.
Well, yeah. So the Red Wings, but I still love my Red Wing vintage.
Vanessa said she needs to make a run to Hershey to buy the large Hershey and peanut butter cups. Those large peanut butter cups are just shit. Those are awesome. Like an 8-ounce peanut butter cup. Can't beat that.
Oh, that's too much.
You can make it if you have a cheesecake tin.
It's like
too
3
much.
servings, though, ain't it?
What are you talking about too much?
It's like
too much. Too much peanut butter cup? You're out of your mind.
No.
No.
Too much.
No.
Yes.
That's peanut butter cup.
Well, I mean, of course. I mean, to each his own. But
How about a Reese's Blizzard from Dairy Queen?
Oh boy.
That's delicious.
Oh yeah.
If I go to Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard, it's M&M.
But is that a candy bar?
Cookie dough.
But you gotta pronounce it right. You can't. It's not Reese's. You gotta pronounce it like you know. It's Reese's.
What do you eat?
That's what I said, Reese's.
Reese's peanut butter.
You said Reese's.
It count as a candy bar.
Whatever.
That is,
You gotta
Candy bar in it.
What bracket are we doing?
Where'd we go off the
Candy
rails
bar.
here?
Just wait. Just wait. It gets interesting.
We're doing best Ivy League schools.
Well, in that case, I'm screwed because I know nothing about Ivy League schools.
We can believe it.
Well, Reese's University is the most highest university you can go.
Huh?
What about
I'm not sure.
Yep. I
That's
didn't go
great
there.
English.
I didn't go there.
I'm not sure many of the folks in this chat know anything about Ivy League schools. I know I don't.
I know a lot about poison ivy. It sucks.
I've gotten into that one. I've gotten into that once or twice.
So
I know what is worse, that or nettles.
The easiest markup matchup of the day: peanut butter cup versus mallow cup, because we want to do the battle of the cups. Peanut butter cup all the way, right?
So 1 versus 16.
Yeah, 1 versus 16.
Yeah, definitely peanut butter cup.
Anybody gonna choose mallow cup?
Actually,
Those things are disgusting.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
hang on, man.
I'm gonna pick it because just that was my grandfather's favorite, and I remember eating those with him, and so I do like Reese's, but eggs and all that stuff too. So,
Did your grandfather ever have a Reese's peanut butter cup?
yes, but you collect the cards that were in the bottom of the mallow cups, with the little holes, and they save them up, and I don't.
So you liked his little tchotchke, his little cards and stuff. That's cool. I like it. So I got one for mallow.
You can't dispute.
It was not a washout, and that's what's important.
I didn't vote because I was waiting for you to go down the line, but you decided to.
Well, you know what? You're right.
You decided to forget protocol and just.
I made an executive decision, and I thought, who the hell in their right mind, other than an old timer that likes cards, is going to choose a mallow cup?
Hey.
But you know what? We do have Rich on the panel, So I'm sure to him, like marshmallow fluff is like he goes crazy for marshmallow fluff. He's like, this shit's amazing.
No,
newfangled.
Yeah, newfangled fluffy sugar. Like, so okay, too hot. Go ahead.
I want to know what a mallow cup is. And
Of course. Of course.
It's like a marshmallow dipped in chocolate, sort of.
That's
Which, in theory, sounds good. It just
sounds like a moon pie.
No,
But-
it's not like a moon pie.
Right,
It's kind of crunchy on the bottom.
okay, but that compared against Reese's peanut butter cup, it's got I'm not a huge fan of Reese's, but it's got to be Reese's. I mean,
Outlaw.
Reese's.
There you go.
he said races.
That's okay, and we'll take it. It's closer than Reese's. Sarge.
Well, I mean, come on. Reese's.
And Rich, go ahead.
Reese's.
See, Rich said Reese's. Even a man in his elder years like that can pick the right thing. Patriot.
They both look the same to me, but I'm going to stick with the mallow cup.
That's cool.
They both look the same to me.
That's right. I forgot. We already talked to you. Emma, Boomer.
Mallow, because I hate peanut butter and candy.
What?
What is
Look at that.
It's horrible to me. I hate it. It's horrible.
All right, Reese's Pieces.
You're done. It was nice talking to you.
Accidentally hit that ban button.
Travis, if you want to add an extra one to this, I am interested to hear the results on this one. Reese's Pieces versus Reese's peanut butter cups.
They don't meet the bar criteria.
Yeah, well, we can run down. We can run it through.
No, that is true. It does not fit the candy bar criteria.
We could run it through and see which people like.
Well, that's throw M&Ms in there too.
How about that?
Yeah,
we'll do that in the chat. We'll do that in the chat later.
No. Stinking aliens like
Be here
Reese's
till 3
Pieces.
o'clock
though.
in the morning.
No,
See, I don't like Reese's Pieces at all.
It doesn't fit the criteria, so forget I even said it.
I don't like them because the aliens like them.
Okay, I got one. For everybody that was complaining about Slim Jim being on the list, replace Slim Jim with the Take 5.
What's in the Take 5 again?
Peanuts, peanut butter, caramel, pretzels, and chocolate.
Slim Jim.
Is a Charleston
Slim Jim.
on the list anywhere? That's my question.
Charleston Chew is on the list. I'm wondering if with 100,000 grand or whatever it's called.
100 grand.
100 grand.
No, 100 grand's not.
Oh, so you put a meat stick on there in place of something else that could be on there considered an actual candy bar?
Yes.
It's meat candy.
That's exactly
Meat
what it
candy.
is.
No,
What don't you get? Whose show is this?
No.
I'll put a goddamn
anybody have a
place
crayon?
on there if I want to. That's it. Peanut butter
It's just
cup,
in.
mellow cup,
Hot dog sandwiches.
hot dog, Slim Jim, cheeseburger.
Wax lips.
Psycho says, "Where's Madame Abba-Zaba?" He's having a stroke out there. That's not even words. Where's Madame Abba-Zaba? Freaking
Is that
out.
even real?
I think I'm getting
What
ready
the hell
to get
is an Abba-Zaba?
That's like something that you eat on the Death Star or something, like the stormtroopers that get my Abba-Zaba. Jolt has a piece of my heart, says the wife. Jolt, that shit'll keep you up.
Abba-Zaba was peanut butter.
I think we got to go to gunpowder yet. Gunpowder, peanut butter cup or mallow cup?
Peanut butter cup all the way.
Mm-hmm. You know they don't have those in Michigan.
Yeah, they have.
You
Christmas
shut your
trees,
dirty mouth. Are you
eggs.
serious?
No,
It's a Hershey. It's a Hershey state. You can.
Up there, they're considered bootlegging.
She's going to throat punch you for lying to her like that.
She's moving her way. She's moving her way close enough. I think if I ever end up dead, look at her.
Shut up. Now you sound like Tardot.
Because it's going to be like, oh, we're moving to Michigan. And it'll be like, oh, we're moving to Ohio. Like, oh, we're moving to Pennsylvania. Just happen to be, and then you find me in a dumpster somewhere.
with an injury to the throat.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. It's all going to be up to the coroner. And
yeah, they find me in a dumpster somewhere, and they're like, it looks like a gorilla tried to give him a tracheotomy. And be like, oh, shit, it was gunpowder. Gizzard.
Peanut butter.
All right, PB Cup. Okay, Gizzard, you're up first. Charleston Chew versus a Slim Jim. Which
Slim Jim?
Are you?
Slim Jim. Charleston Chew.
We know that's Rich White's favorite.
He's like, I prefer candy with no sugar in it. Thank you.
It's got sugar in it.
Rich's favorite candy bar is an apple. And an orange back in the day when they give you an orange in your Christmas stocking, it was like a big deal.
Such a fruit.
Circus peanuts.
I remember there was always that one person.
Oh, those things are horrible.
Oh my god! Oh Jesus!
Things are the devil.
It's like it's like just ripping the stuffing out of a mattress and dyeing it orange.
Orange, yeah.
You know, there was always that one person on Halloween.
That's kind of flattering.
Like an orange or an apple or some shit instead of candy. Didn't it just piss you off?
That was usually the house of a dentist.
All right, I have a tiny little story. My grandma and grandpa, it was my grandpa who did this for my mom and all of her siblings. So Christmas morning, you have your stocking and all that, but in front of your stocking is your orange, and that's not part of your stocking, but you have to sit there and eat your orange, which gives the parents enough time to actually sit down and have a freaking cup of coffee before they get into the wildness of Christmas morning. And that's how I know oranges and Christmas morning and all that stuff.
That's genius.
But if you open your stocking and you have an orange wrapped up in Christmas paper, then yeah, that's pretty messed up. And unless you're Depression era.
I like the orange that's actually chocolate.
Chocolate orange.
That you bust it and it's in the little pieces.
Yeah, the ones you break open.
Those are awesome.
That's pretty cool. I hate those.
That's like newfangled stuff. That's crazy. Did you know the Beretta APX is modeled after a candy bar?
Sorry, you just muted me. Sure. What the hell did you mute me for?
I don't know. It was an accident.
Okay.
All right. So Gary likes the Slim Jim as a candy bar. Gunpowder Beauty, what do you think?
Slim Jim. It's the most delicious candy ever.
That's right, and everybody's giving me shit.
You guys are fucking on crack, dude.
No,
Boomer.
I slapped it to a Slim Jim. Shut up.
Slim Jim, all the way.
Patriot.
Oh. I don't think I ever even had a Charleston Chew.
Well, if you've never had one, then you obviously got to pick the other one.
Yeah, Slim Jim. That's going to win anyways, isn't it? Terrible.
Rich, what? Cotton candy, is it? Sarge?
You guys are all off your rockers.
What were the choices again?
Charleston Chew, which I can't believe Rich didn't pick because that sounds old-timey.
It is, and it will remove fillings.
Yeah.
It's good.
Or Butterfinger? Oh, I got to go Butterfinger.
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going Slim Jim.
Think about that. Why was there hesitation in you?
Jesus, yeah. We're talking candy bars here, are we not? And
I'm sorry.
Jims.
Right.
Outlaw.
Goodness.
I'm going with the Charleston Chew.
Well, yeah, you're down south. It's Charleston's down there, right? Yeah. You got to keep it in the family, right? I'm not going to make a joke at all about that either. Maybe later. Too hotty.
I think you know my position on this, and
probably Charleston Chew. Okay.
Whoa, we just lost.
Everybody took off. All the Slim Jim haters.
Good, we can get this going fast now. Slim Jim won.
All right, here we go.
Sorry about that. Strawberry, yeah. Charleston Chew and strawberry specifically. That was, I mean, growing up, that was my favorite candy bar, because you could go down to the store and you could get one that is almost 2 foot long for the same price as a Snickers bar, and then you throw that thing in the freezer, and then you give it a good whack on the counter, and yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Charleston Chews. We're not.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
Talking about what gun? Okay, I'm sorry. Gunpowder. What did you think I was talking about? About throwing it in the freezer and then giving it a good whack on the counter. I mean, what? Where did I?
Listen, I don't judge what you do in the freezer and then whack. Okay, what you do in your house is your own business.
That's true.
Okay, hang on. So Outlaw was the only other one who said Charleston Chew.
Yeah,
that's the only. That's because Outlaw was the only one that realized we were talking about candy bars.
Let me have my loot.
Right, but have you ever thrown your Charleston Chew in the freezer, let it freeze, and then give it a smash on the counter, and then you have little tiny pieces of just goodness.
Sounds dangerous. I don't promote that.
Slim Jim.
No, I never did that. They never lasted long enough to get into a freezer.
Oh shit! That was my jam, dude.
We're not talking about sandwiches. We're not talking about peanut butter and jam right now. We're talking about goddamn candy bars, for Christ's sakes. I'm gonna pick a Slim Jim too, because Slim Jim is the best damn candy bar I had lately. All right,
All right, Travis, you asshole. I'm not using jam in the typical sense. I'm using it in the slang term, in the slang terminology. So that was my shit. That was what I liked. Do you want me to break it down any further? Or?
Snap it to a candy bar. Now, next one.
After you throw it in the freezer, you can snap into that freaking Charleston Chew. Strawberry.
We'll put it in the food processor, blend it up, and then you can just eat it with a spoon. It'll be good.
Strawberry Charleston Chew.
Gun Snob says off topic, but are they playing Fortnite in the background? I hear someone yelling about their loot. I'm not sure. What's your little guy playing there, Sarge?
Fortnite.
There you go. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. I'm a bad man. Probably get a strike for that. Zagnut versus Cowtail. Does everybody know what a Cowtail is? Cowtail is good, man.
No, I don't. What are they?
I know what Cowtail is, but I do not know what a Zagnut is.
I don't know what either one of them are.
Zagnut is like a white chocolate candy bar.
There is no chocolate on a Zagnut.
No.
Zagnut is like the inside of like a Fifth Avenue or a Butterfinger that's coated in toasted coconut. My grandfather used to make. I am very well acquainted with that.
It's I'm sorry. It's coated in what?
Toasted coconut.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's not what I
with a hard
didn't
center. Yeah.
Cool.
It's peanut brittle.
And a Cowtail is basically like a soft-ish caramel, like a medium textured caramel, and then it has a almost like a powder, almost like a
confectionery sugar.
Yeah, it's confection sugar. It's like it's almost like a very, very dry icing inside. They're really good. I like Cowtails.
It's one of them crunchy stick things.
They're not crunchy. Do you remember the little? Do you remember the little caramel chews with the white center? That were the little round caramel chews that had a little powdery white center to them.
Yeah, it's like those, but longer. Like it's a long.
Yeah.
So
Same thing.
Yeah.
So
Wrapped
I'm
in
gonna.
clear plastic.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So a cowtail, it's basically like that powdered sugar, like basically frosting, whatever in the middle, and then you have almost like a caramel outside, and then it's covered in chocolate, right?
No,
No,
just,
it's not.
no.
chocolate.
No,
There's
no chocolate.
Just caramel
They
and
have. Yeah, I think they dust them with a little powdered sugar or cornstarch so that they're not sticky.
Yeah.
But no, they don't have like a coating on them. Or they don't have a chocolate or anything. So
All right,
yeah,
all right.
I'm actually picking cowtail. I remember getting cowtails when I was a kid at like our local swimming pool. That was like one of the best things they had. So you're up, Hottie. Cowtail versus a Zagnut.
Okay.
If you've never had either, then I don't know.
No, I have had cowtail, and I had never had one before, but someone talked me into trying it, and it was good. So, Zagnut, give me just 10-second rundown on that once again. I apologize.
Zagnut
Rich,
is,
go ahead.
Okay, Zagnut is basically the center of like Fifth Avenue bar, the peanut butter crunch that's coated in toasted coconut.
Okay, so I don't know, but like I said all night,
it's like the Butterfinger inside.
All right, but okay,
they're both the same.
All right, but my answer still stands and is firm. It's cowtail because this whole Zagnut thing. I have no idea about it, and
I think yeah, that's cool. Outlaw. I think I know where you're going.
oh yeah, cow's tail.
Yeah.
Because Outlaw loves to lift up them cow's tails.
Cowtail because they don't have a sheep tail. Sarge, you're up.
Cowtail, of course.
Hey, Sarge, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Is it against the law to pay somebody to kick somebody else in the nuts?
To what?
Yes.
Well, I was going to pay his wife to kick him in the nuts.
No, you're just encouraging. That's okay.
Oh,
who do you want to kick
like
in
no
the nuts?
monetary gain or anything.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hipster, who do you want to kick in the nuts?
Midnight, of course. Mia, I will pay you $100.
$100. I'm game.
I say he might go for it.
That's
I'll take
money,
it.
dude.
Steel toe
money.
boots.
Oh, you didn't say that.
That's real dough.
Steel toe boots, though?
I'll take what I can get.
Ooh,
Rich, other than, something newer than cotton candy.
I'm going to go with the Zagnut because I used to get them fresh off the assembly line because my grandfather would just bring home a big plastic bag full of them, fresh made.
Yeah.
And have to wait.
I've never had one, and now I want to kind of try one.
Zagnuts just doesn't sound appetizing. I'm sorry.
This is a gun snob says $100 is $100. That's right. Patriot.
I'm gonna go with the cowtail, but I got a quick question. What is the coconut that's rainbow stripes?
Coconut.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Some kind of bar, but it's like, I don't know.
Strawberry, white, and chocolate.
Yeah. What is that thing?
I remember those.
Coconut sugar bar, coconut and flavored sugar.
I mean, then they have some kind of weird name, but okay. That's what I thought a Zagnut was one of those weird bar things. So.
Is it Almond Joy or something?
Nah, it's just
no, it's just
Neapolitan
it's one of them
coconut
old
bar.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Coconut does not belong in candy bars.
Okay, next.
Boomer.
Cowtail all the way, and it was just a Neapolitan coconut candy bar. That's what it's called.
Gunpowder. What kind of crazy Texas stuff are you thinking?
Cowtail, because I don't like coconut.
Bummer.
Well, no pina coladas for you.
not that have actual coconut in them. Like I don't like the texture of shredded coconut. It's just weird.
True.
Yeah.
And when it comes to
Zagnut. You're picking a Zagnut. Hmm.
A gunpowder. Am I right or am I wrong? When it comes to cocktails, I mean, a little bit of coconut flavor is okay as long as you don't get the freaking pulp or little shredded pieces or all that stuff. I mean,
yeah, I will take coconut artificial flavoring. I'll take coconut flavoring. I don't care, but I just don't like shredded coconut. The texture of it is disgusting.
I eat coconut like a hand fruit. I eat it like an apple.
Kiz, we're on the same page.
This might be a tough one for some people. Almond Joy versus Butterfinger. Kiz, what do you think?
Joy.
Yeah,
I don't really care for Butterfinger.
Well, Midnight's going with Almond Joy because Almond Joy's got nuts. He loves.
You know that. D's, Dems, and Does. Gunpowder.
The hell do you think Butterfinger has? It's full of nuts.
Butterfinger's just peanut butter.
And what is peanut? It's a nut. Is it not?
It's a legume, actually.
Peanut is not a nut.
Yeah, peanuts aren't nuts.
Well, I don't agree.
Son of a bitch.
Plus, it's more like a puree. But I'm gonna go Butterfinger.
I don't agree with you, but anyway.
What has to do with not you agree with us or not?
We have anything with pine nuts in it.
Gibby.
What was this?
Rich has got to have an old timey pine nut candy bar recipe hidden up his sleeve somewhere.
Some little chocolate covered pine nuts.
I remember being a kid back in the old days and a pine nut covered chocolate bar and chewing on my sugar cane sticks.
A little bit of sap on the side.
You guys do know you can eat pine nuts, right? I'm
sure.
He made a sauce out of it.
You just had to watch out for the pine cones.
Oh yeah, you use I mean, you use the pine cones for making Christmas ornaments and stuff. It's all good. Gunpowder, Almond Joy, Butterfinger. I know you picking Butterfinger because you don't like coconut, right?
Yep. Butterfinger.
Boomer.
Almond Joy. Hate peanut butter.
Oh, that's right. You're one of those people.
Yes.
One less person on next week's show. Patriot.
That's kind of hard. I like them both, but
make it a Ric Flair moment. Upset.
I'm gonna go with the Almond Joy.
You're just wanting to be controversial.
Yeah. Psycho says hate peanut butter. Communist. Rich, what's up? Almond Joy or peanut butter?
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger. Nice. Sarge.
Butterfinger, of course.
Tied up.
Conformist.
I was picking it before that because I absolutely love peanut butter.
Yeah, you're trying to get the Ric Flair thing back. I get it.
Hey, you leave the whole Ric Flair thing alone.
I cannot be consoled over that.
Outlaw, you're up.
You know, Sarge, I was with you with the Ric Flair thing. I really was.
Did you get paid to rig it?
Piper is king.
I never seen a dime. I've got to go with Butterfinger.
Mm-hmm. Hottie.
Butterfinger. Although
Butterfinger takes it. That's a tough one for me, though, honestly, because I would say I like Butterfingers better, but I don't eat them very often because they stick to my teeth a lot. It's real sticky stuff.
See, and that's why
I do like Butterfinger better.
And
I'm gonna pick
Travis, that's why I go back to the freezer thing, because Butterfingers are good. They're good at room temperature, but they're even better if you throw them in the freezer, you let them freeze, and then you give them that smack on the counter like I was talking about with the Charleston shoe. And then
Slim Jim's good in the freezer too. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna gnaw on a hard piece of
Honey
meat.
just loves smacking off
candy.
What are you talking about? That's, I mean, when Rich was a kid, I mean, that's all they had to eat was leather.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but gnawing on a hard piece of Slim Jim meat, yeah, no, thank you.
You know, Midnight
There's not going to be
loves
any
sucking
editing on this,
hard
is
meat.
there?
Holy hell!
Feel free to rip any of this off of the internet you want and use it in any way, shape, or form you feel necessary.
Oh,
Think
that's
about
totally
the memes
becoming
that,
the next
think
meme.
about the memes that could come out of this chat tonight.
Yeah. We are who went? No, I'm up first. Snickers versus Twix. Man, I get stuck picking this one first.
Oh, that's easy. I love them both, but it's an easy decision.
Twix has got the peanut butter thing going too. Again,
it's not easy at all because you have so many varieties.
It's super easy. I already know what I'm picking, and it ain't Twix.
Well, we'll wait till we get to you to find out which one you picked then. Yeah, I think I got to go Snickers too. Hottie.
I think I have. No. I know. I have to go Snickers. Even though I hate that this might kick Twix completely out of the next part of the bracket, if there is one. But yeah, Snickers.
Outlaw.
Snickers.
Sarge.
Snickers.
I think you fucked up by putting these two together, dude. Honestly.
It is what it is. Rich, you picked Snickers.
Really, it is. You're right. It is what it is.
Patriot.
Malacup. Snickers.
Yeah. Boomer.
Twix, as long as it's the original, not the peanut butter one.
I've never tried the peanut butter Twix. That don't even sound good to me for some reason.
Have you not had a peanut butter Twix?
They're good. They're good.
Oh my gosh.
I just can't bring myself to buy one of those things.
Yeah.
I can't either. It's got to be original or nothing. I ain't eating no peanut butter Twix or Snickers.
Peanut butter was the cure-all for everything.
Same here. If I'm gonna buy a Twix, it's gonna be the original cookie, chocolate, and caramel.
Giz.
It's gonna be Snickers for me. That's easy.
Yeah, Snickers beat up on the Twix bar.
And I think that's gonna be it for me.
You got to get out.
I gotta get up in 5 hours. Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, well, send me an email with your choices. Thanks, buddy.
I don't even know what's up.
Just figure it out.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for the invite.
Good night.
Tomorrow night.
All right.
Have a good one, Gizzard.
Yep, you too.
The next Gizzard, you would be up first, but he's leaving. Gunpowder. Three Musketeers versus Baby Ruth.
Oh man, see, it's another hard. That one is hard.
Kind of. I don't know. They're both kind of. To me, they're both kind of.
You didn't have Kit Kat in there?
No, we didn't have Kit Kat.
No, the dummy puts. No. The dummy puts.
Oh, sorry about that.
In a place of like $100,000, and I'm just giving you shit, but I mean anyway.
Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth, huh? Baby Ruth. All right. Boomer.
Not a big fan of either one of those. Don't eat those very often at all. But going by just the last one I think I ever ate would be Baby Ruth, I guess.
Patriot.
I'm a fan of Chunky and the Chunky Shuffle, so Baby Ruth.
Shuffle.
Wasn't it Chunky?
The shuffle, the truffle shuffle.
Truffle shuffle.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Rich, do you? I'm sorry that dark chocolate candy bar isn't on the list, but Three Musketeers or Baby Ruth?
Baby Ruth.
Man, Baby Ruth is running away with it. Sarge.
Baby Ruth.
What the hell's happening here? Outlaw.
The Babe.
What? Hottie.
Three Musketeers. Everybody else is like.
I'm picking Three Musketeers too because I'm not I like the three. I'd go Three Musketeers, but Baby Ruth.
Yeah, you love that 4-on-1 shit, don't you?
Take what I can get, and it was actually 6-on-1, so or 5-on-1.
I think me and Midnight can handle the 4-on-2 or 6-on-2 or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll take we'll take you guys one by one and put you down.
Sounds worse and worse as you keep talking. Whatchamacallit versus Peanut Butter Cup. Peanut Butter Cup for me.
I didn't say lay you down. I said fucking put you down, dude.
Fuck and put him down. Did you hear what he said? What he said?
All right, you keep hearing what you want, Mr. fucking hipster.
Hottie, Peanut Butter Cup versus whatchamacallit.
Oh shit! And this is the Reese's or depends on who's saying it versus whatchamacallit. I'm gonna go the opposite of what my guts tell me right now, and I'm gonna say whatchamacallit.
Outlaw?
Reese's.
Sargemus?
Reese's.
Rich?
I'm gonna go with Too Hottie and say whatchamacallit.
Patriot?
I'm going to pick the one that comes in a Christmas tree or an Easter egg.
That's right. Peanut Butter Cup. Boomer. Whatchamacallit.
Yep.
Because you're anti-American peanut butter hater.
You're a conformist.
Hey.
Peanut butter slathered on everything.
I'll take it.
Just because we vote whatchamacallit doesn't mean we're anti-American. I mean, come on, dude.
It's tough. Gunpowder.
Reese's, because America.
That's right. Peanut Butter Cup takes it. It would have been tied up if he'd have called it whatchamacallit. That was closer than I thought it was, but we got peanut butter haters out there.
Wait. What was your vote?
Oh, Peanut Butter Cup. Yeah. Oh, that's my shit. That's my jammy jam.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay. Next up, Gunpowder, you're up first. Cowtail versus Slim Jim.
Well, they have something. At least they have something in common.
That's true. What you should do is poke out all the filling out of the cowtail and just slide the Slim Jim right in there. Bam.
You're talking my language now. That sounds delicious. I'll take 2 of those.
Caramel covered Slim Jim.
It's deliciousness. That's what it is. I'm gonna go with Slim Jim.
That'd be a Slim Jim in a blanket, wouldn't it?
Jeez.
Yeah, a little sweet little blanket. Yeah, I like it. Boomer?
Slim Jim.
Patriot?
I'm going to go with the cowtail.
That's a tasty treat. Rich?
How can you people pick a Slim Jim? It's not a candy bar.
Shut
up. That is what I am saying, dude. I don't even know how.
Rich picks it because he's used to those old-timey candies. It's closer to the candy that he's used to.
Got sugar in it.
Yeah, probably.
Sure, it got everything else in it.
Sawdust or something. Maybe, I don't know. Sarge?
I gotta go Slim Jim on this one.
Yeah. I could see that happening. You gotta. I mean, every time you get behind somebody and throw the lights on, you probably snap it to a Slim Jim, huh? Get yourself all wound up.
Absolutely.
Got corn syrup in it. See, there you go.
You want to hear a funny story about Slim Jims?
I had a guy. Are we allowed to say it on the internet?
Yeah, I had a guy. Well, this little side job I was working, take off his purple Macho Man Randy Savage shirt because he wanted to fight. I was like, no, you don't.
Throw down.
Did he have the sunglasses with the louvers on them?
Oh, that's the shit.
Remember that?
Shirt did. He did not. But the shirt had that on it.
I had that shirt, actually.
I'd have had to let him go if he'd have hollered the slogan
Was it
and
Ellis?
flexed.
No, it wasn't Ellis. Ellis would have remembered that.
The wife wants to stand in for Gizzard. She says cowtails. So we'll give the lowly cowtail another vote.
Thank you, Mia.
No.
At least somebody in that relationship's got some intelligence.
Hottie?
Freaking cowtail, because Slim Jim is not a freaking candy bar.
I will throat punch you. Quit talking your ugliness. It's totally candy. It's meat candy.
Got corn syrup in it. It's candy.
So, I mean, then oh boy, oh bird, oh fucking beef jerky in almost with.
All in favor of inviting jerky into the mix?
No.
You know,
beef jerky.
What about combos?
You are saying a
Bullet
Slim
Justice vote in there.
If you're saying a Slim Jim is candied meat, then jerky is candied meat. So
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Now you're getting it.
Duh.
Well, no, it's Slim Jim is candy because it's in the round, that's the spherical, the tube. Jerky's flat and weird looking. That's not a candy bar.
More the peanut brittle
candy
category. Jerky's in the peanut brittle category because it's all broken up and flat.
Yeah, jerky's candied meat. It's made with sugar.
Yeah, that's true. So I think I missed somebody's. I think I missed somebody. Mismarked something here. Gunpowder. You said what?
I said Slim Jim.
Right. Okay. Boomer.
Slim Jim.
Patriot. Cowtail.
Cowtail.
Rich.
Slim Jim.
Sarge.
Slim Jim.
Outlaw.
Cowtail.
Cowtail. Right. Too Hottie. Cowtail.
Yeah, because Slim Jim.
And Mia said cowtail. And I'm gonna say Slim Jim. It's a tie. We're going to the chat.
That's 5-4.
Wait. Well, no, because we got. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, I guess we do. I guess it is.
5-4 for the Slim Jim.
Yeah. You're right. Yep, that's my bad. Sorry, I can't hear you too, Hottie. I can't. You're breaking up. I can't.
Oh.
If you serve Slim Jims at like a really nice event, like a wedding, you're supposed to call them Slender James, but normally we just call them Slim Jim. Butterfinger versus Snickers. This is a tough one.
This is the hardest one.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Butterfinger versus Snickers. That's tough. Yeah. Flavor wise, Butterfinger all the way. I think Butterfinger. Texturally, the Snickers is nice because the Butterfingers, I get it stuck in my molars. What do we do? Has anybody had the now Boomer? Cover your ears, earmuffs. Has anybody had the peanut butter Snickers? They're slamming.
No.
Yes, I have. They are very, very good.
They're slamming. Okay, earmuffs. You're good. You can take your earmuffs off now, Boomer. I'm gonna have to go with Snickers, just because. I think. Hottie.
This truly is a tough one, especially since you're throwing in all the Snickers varieties.
You actually sound like you might be on the wing of that plane. You're super quiet.
Is that better?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, okay. So this definitely is a tough one, but I love them both, but I gotta go Butterfinger.
Okay. Yeah, it's a tough one. Outlaw.
Snickers.
Mm-hmm. The wife says Snickers too.
Thank you, Mia. See, she's smart.
She's trying to kiss ass. I pick Snickers too. Shut up. The opposite of the outlaw there, Sarge.
Well, Snickers, of course.
Hey, the Lone Ranger was technically an outlaw too, you know.
I don't think that's true.
No,
Rich.
Snickers.
He was a vigilante. Yes, he was an outlaw.
He was a Texas Ranger. He wasn't a vigilante.
After he put the mask on, everybody thought he was dead. Therefore, he was a vigilante.
No, he was still a Texas Ranger. He's just hiding his identity because there was somebody out there wanting to kill him.
I read,
and it works so well.
Books.
Yeah, you couldn't even tell for sure.
There's no way they'll recognize this guy when there's like 8 people in the Old West.
It's like the people that
Who's the dude in all white?
It's like the people that are journalists and they talk to Superman and don't realize it's the dude that they work with every fucking day of the year.
Now he has his glasses on.
His glasses are on.
I'll never see through this guys.
They'll never know. They'll never know.
He also
You ever thought about putting contacts in the park? No.
And speaking of which, why were those guys so excited to see a bird or a plane at the beginning? Why were they so excited?
Look, it's a bird. It's a plane.
The plane, maybe.
It's the dude that works in the mailroom.
Well, I have a quick question. Does this vigilante guy put a mask on his horse so people don't recognize his horse? Because we all know that.
Oh no. Silver's just right out there in the open, and so's Tonto, by the way.
Yeah, Tonto didn't wear a mask, and they couldn't recognize him.
Tonto's silver. Silver wears all kinds of like silver.
Tonto was an Indian. Nobody paid attention to Indians back then. Just another Indian.
What was it that Tonto actually means?
Stupid.
Horse's ass.
Yeah, stupid.
In Spanish, it means dumb in Spanish.
Yeah. Tonto, dummy.
Or something to that
Come on,
effect.
dummy.
I just read it in Far Side, and it said that when he was in the retirement home, he was reading the dictionary, and it said dumbass or something. Horse's ass. Yep.
Patriot, you're up next, I believe, right?
Well, it says only official replacement for a meal, Snickers. On the list. I mean, besides Slim Jim, but
it's very official sounding. Yes.
Don't you remember the commercials?
Especially if you're not yourself.
Yeah, if you turn in like Chuck Norris having a bad day, you eat a Snickers and you're all right.
Yeah. Bullet says if he's hungry, Snickers. If he just wants something sweet, Butterfinger. That doesn't make much sense, but okay. Bullet must be like highly addicted to sugar.
How come Payday's not on this list?
Paydays are stupid.
Payday is my
The
favorite.
moisture sucking
No, hipster. There's quite a few things that aren't on this list that could have been, but they put in Slim Jim for some odd reason, and actual decent real candy bar could have took its spot, but I'm just saying.
Hey, I've been doing this a year. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. All right.
I know you are, and I'm not questioning you, but I can still just say, can't I?
This is my 40th episode. I know what I'm doing. I'd appreciate it if you just trust me.
Hottie, he's a Trevi. Just leave it at that.
Patriot, you said Snickers. Boomer.
Snickers.
That's the craziest answer.
I did return the one peanut butter candy bar that Boomer likes.
Yeah, he's excited about that one.
No, cool. Just no peanut butter.
That's right. You know, the Snickers has peanuts in it. When you chew it up, it's kind of like peanut butter, right?
Well, no.
It's organic peanut butter at that point.
Snickers nougat is a peanut butter based nougat.
Man.
His world just came crashing down.
I don't need either one, so I have to pick the one that's not blatantly a peanut butter.
Well, Hottie's in the chat, so he wiped everybody else out because that's how he rolls. Gunpowder, you're up. Butterfinger or Snickers?
Snickers.
That's my girl.
All right. You're up first. Peanut Butter Cup versus Baby Ruth.
Damn you.
No.
That one's tough.
No, it's not tough. Are you crazy?
I really like Baby Ruth, but I really, really like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Well, that's one more really.
I'm gonna have to go with Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Damn.
Boomer. Duh.
The communist says Baby Ruth.
You need to get a T-shirt made that has like your logo on it, and then instead of like in like Russian writing, and then like a insignia with like through the peanut butter cup or something.
A hammer sickle through peanut butter.
Yeah.
I tell you what I want you to do, Boomer. I want you to go buy a couple of Reese cups, set them up on a fence post somewhere, and just shoot the shit out of them.
I'll do that with a thing of jar peanut butter. Should have done that with the M1 Garen and shot some peanut butter and see what happened. Then I probably had to clean Sarge's range.
That gun wouldn't have even the bullet probably wouldn't even hit the jar of peanut butter because it's just like the Garen knows it's like America, right? It's like it just couldn't. It probably wouldn't be able to do it. It was just
I thought you were talking about Night Strike. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, how's his blunderbuss fund coming?
Oh, he's got the money.
You got like $400, he said.
That's somewhere close.
He can buy one of the muzzle load shotguns like Paul Harrell has.
If I'm not mistaken, we sent 325, 35, and he had another 100 he is adding to it. So
that was awfully generous of you to do, Outlaw. I have my own feelings about it, and I'm just going to keep them to myself because they might be controversial, or people might disagree with me or think of me as an asshole. But so I'm going to keep them to myself.
Not an asshole, maybe the whole ass, but Patriot, you're up. Baby Ruth, peanut butter cup. Patriot.
Oh, yeah, that's me. That's me. I forgot. Here. I'll do the peanut butter cup. Eggs and Christmas trees.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Vanessa Kitty says she has a 5-pound tub of marshmallow fluff in the cupboard. I find that hard to believe that it's a 5-pound tub. That would be
huge,
monstrous, right? That would be like a 5-gallon bucket.
we want to see the pictured proof.
Yep, yep. Send it into the email. We'll see it.
Is that like a 5-gallon bucket, or more like you know like your one gallon thing of spaghetti sauce that you can get?
Well,
no, yeah, you're
I mean
probably
that
right.
stuff is super light, man. That's super airy. I don't know. That'd be funny. I don't know. That'd be a whole lot of fluff.
It does have a lot of volume to it.
Rich, what you got going on?
I'll go Baby Ruth.
Sarge.
What were the choices? I'm sorry, I was looking for the marshmallow fluff.
Baby Ruth and peanut butter cup.
Oh,
are you out here?
Peanut butter cup.
Costco Psycho says Costco sells marshmallow fluff in 25-gallon drums minimum. Your whole house would look like the end of Ghostbusters after they fried the Marshmallow Man.
Yeah,
Outlaw.
In a freaking
25
in a 25-gallon drum. I mean, that's got to come in like what, like a 55-gallon drum? I mean, just to make the poundage, or is it actually just a 25-gallon drum?
She says net weight 5 pounds on the marshmallow fluff. Holy shit, that's a lot of fluff.
Yeah, that's.
There's a 17-pound container. If you can see it.
Yeah, it's like a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, that's 17 pounds worth.
I missed it, but oh well.
Yeah, it just looks like a 5-gallon bucket. Yeah,
That's
some serious. That's some serious shit. That's some serious fluff.
That's some serious fudge making, or
that's more fluffing than Ellis does at his side job. It's crazy.
Holy shit, my phone is going nuts.
It's your side job calling.
You need not have a side job.
It's like the bat phone. When that thing rings, he's got to go. We got to run.
And they're asking for extra fluff.
So, Hottie, you're up. Baby Ruth or peanut butter cup?
I was gonna say, please. What's the question again? Baby Ruth or peanut butter cup? See, I'm just not a big Reese's guy, so Baby Ruth.
And I'm picking peanut butter cup. So we need to go to the boss in the audience. Mia, I need your choice. Baby Ruth or peanut butter cup? No, she's too busy fisting Philo. Hold on.
Oh shit! When did your channel become X-rated?
I don't know. That's just how they roll out there, I guess. I can't control them.
Aren't they your mods?
She is. He's not.
Oh, so she's in control. Well, you see how this is going.
Peanut butter cup. Peanut butter cup it be. All right, the next one. This might be the tough one of the night. I'm up first. Boy, I don't know, man. The wheels are spinning on this one. Snickers versus Slim Jim. I gotta go Slim Jim.
You're an idiot.
Are you even fucking sticking to the?
Yeah.
Never mind, because this Slim Jim thing is just crazy to me. So never mind.
Hottie, so you're leaning towards Slim Jim?
No, fuck you, dude.
Oh.
It's Snickers.
Oh, Snickers. Okay.
That's
Outlaw?
That's a candy bar.
Snickers.
It's not a candy bar.
I have to agree with Hottie.
Well, you people really stick together, don't you?
What do you mean by you people?
I don't know.
Now,
Moving on.
For my vote, can I take Snickers and put a Slim Jim inside of it?
You can you could, I will allow this. You can pick out the peanuts, chop up the Slim Jim, and stick them inside.
But the peanuts are the best part of the Snicker.
Not according to
sorry,
Brewer.
man. I don't make the rules. I just have to.
Why not just pour out a little bit of the nougat and just stick the Slim Jim in there?
The caramel and nougat is the best part of the Snickers. It's not the peanuts.
I'll tell you what. We'll put the Slim Jim in the food processor and then roll the Snickers in that.
That works.
Okay. So you're picking Snickers?
No, I'm picking a combination of the two.
Only if I'm
doing like this thing where they pick the dual name for the Eagle. I'm picking both. I'm picking the Snickers wrapped in the Slim Jim.
Ooh, Snickers wrapped in a. Wow. So we'll do a half for each one.
That's not allowed, is it?
Okay, we'll do that. Sarge, go ahead.
I'm going Slim Jim.
Just
because I want to knock out Snickers.
Come on, man.
Don't tie it up.
This freaking 1%er here thinks that, he just gets to skirt all the rules and he can say, I want both. And
Bullet T Justice says, a Slimker. Snap it to a Slimker bar. You're hungry. Patriot, you're up. Slim Jim versus the Snickers.
Well, Snickers you can get at the county fair deep fried, so I'm going to stick with Snickers. Deep fried Snickers.
I suppose. Boomer.
Slim Jim.
Snickers. Snickers has peanuts in it. That's almost peanut butter. Bah, bah, get away from me.
Slim Jim.
Get out of here with you, devil legume. Dipping the Snickers in my tub of marshmallow fluff, says Vanilla Kitty. Vanessa Kitty. That's brilliant.
That really sounds good, though.
Today. You win for today. Gunpowder.
Slim Jim.
Oh boy. And we got to go to the chat still. Oh wait. No, we don't. Slim Jim wins.
Holy shit. So a meat product won the.
Who said Slim Jim's meat though? Is it really meat?
That's not been proven in court yet.
That's
it's
spam.
It's candy meat.
It's only been accused of being meat.
Wait a minute. If you put Slim Jim on it, why didn't you just put bacon? Bacon would have beat the Slim Jim.
It's not in a circular form.
It's not a candy.
Yes,
it is meat candy, damn it.
It's in cylindrical form with a plastic wrapper.
And it's got cornstarch in it.
It's not on the candy aisle.
Yep.
And it is easily located in any convenience store throughout the great nation.
I've never seen Slim Jim in the candy aisle. It's always been.
Okay,
right,
so
Guys, you can buy a big, huge box of Slim Jims in the candy aisle.
We're gonna have to go. We've got an issue here.
It's right next.
We've got a
to
problem.
It's on.
I forgot. Gizzard's write-in vote, and the wife is picking Snickers. That means it's a tie. So we're gonna have to go to the chat. Okay. I'm gonna say
go Slim Jim.
Well, I mean, if they know what's good for them.
No, I think the chat has more common sense than you people.
I just hope there's some reasonable people out there listening to this.
Yeah, I agree, Hottie.
Dumbass chat.
I think they could go Slim Jim just to keep this argument going.
Okay, go ahead. Start voting now. If you guys want to make your points, you can fight for either one. Go ahead. You can
this should not even be an argument.
Votes.
Slim Jim should not be in this fucking list in the first place. It is not a fucking candy bar.
I see a lot of Slim Jims. Slim Jim.
I think there's a lot of people that say
Mia,
Slim Jim.
Mia already voted. She's cheating. That should get Snickers thrown out right there.
No. You said go to the chat, and she posted in the chat. So
Well, she did it again. Look at it, cheating son of a
What?
so and so.
I didn't hear you lay down no fucking ground rules. So.
Zappos.
Steve Justice is picking my choice.
Kit Kat.
For the Snickers wrapped in the Slim Jim.
Good Lord.
Okay, and
Hold on.
Okay.
I think there's someone about to make some comments in the section. Just give it a minute.
Tar dot doesn't count.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
You go right ahead.
Jerk off.
Not lately.
What is Macho Man Randy Savage about to jump in the chat? I thought he was dead, actually.
Thought he was dead.
I did think he was dead. He might not be.
Speaking of
Right.
dead,
Randy Poffo is in fact deceased.
Have you heard the news today, Sarge?
No, sir, I have not.
Nikolai Volkov died today. Brickhouse Brown died today. And Scotty Too Hottie died today.
Ah,
Scotty Too Hottie did not die today.
That one is shocking.
He's alive and talking to you right now. God damn it.
Is that Brian Lawler?
Who was Jerry Lawler's son.
Yeah.
In jail.
That's not good.
He was caught for DUI, hung himself.
Who was that?
Oh.
Jerry Lawler's kid.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
WWE
He
went
said he
back.
got caught for what?
DUI and evading arrest.
Wow. There had to be more to it than that.
That's what everybody else is saying, too.
They do it
I mean,
at home or in custody?
Apparently, he did it in custody.
That's not surprising.
And they had cut him down, got him down, rushed him to the hospital, but they couldn't do anything about it. He was gone.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like a really small window there to save somebody.
I'm figuring whatever he'd done, it snapped his neck and just couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, you gotta jump to do that. It really just starts shutting everything down pretty quick.
So that was my bad. My windows got all jacked up here.
Just give it to Slim Jim.
Yes. We have to listen to him.
No.
We'll let the Slim Jim have it by default. How about that?
No.
Yeah, I'm counting out there.
Absolutely.
Disagree.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Slim Jim.
Intrigues to begin
7,
with. So.
8, 9. Slender James.
Yes, he has one.
Jimmy Slimmy.
I mean,
Travis, protein rod. I like that one.
You do understand this is like asking what your favorite meat dish is, and then doing a
rice pudding,
and then doing a thing like this, and then someone comes in with a spinach salad, and you still put it on the list, but everybody is still attached to said fucking spinach salad. So
payday.
Freaking Sarge just sent me a picture of an Abba Zaba bar. It's like Boomer's worst nightmare.
I know, peanut butter taffy. Are you kidding me?
It's like peanut butter taffy with peanut butter inside.
You ain't never getting that out of your mouth. Are you kidding me?
Putin himself came up with that. All right. So now we're at the very end of this. Slim Jim versus Peanut Butter Cup. Horrible.
I haven't voted against peanut butter
I think it
cup.
should totally be
Or
Slim Jim.
I have voted against peanut butter cup every time tonight, but just for sake of argument, I think you know which way my vote is going to go.
How could it be
Early watch Florida's early watch? Who's early watch Florida?
It's not Enrique, is it?
Who is early watch Florida? I don't know. Early watch Florida. Who you be? I'm first, and wow, this is the tough one. I mean, if I could sprinkle some Slim Jim on a peanut butter cup. Oh, it's Travis the Third. Travis Tuneman.
Stupidest thing you have ever said.
I gotta. Yeah, they'd be like peanut butter meat cups. Now that is shizzle right there. I'm gonna go Slim Jim.
That is the fucking disgusting.
We gotta go Slim Jim. I don't know, man. I love those things. I just gotta do it.
Peanut butter meat cups.
So what's you're picking peanut butter cup? Is what you're saying?
Between peanut butter cups and Slim Jim?
Yeah.
And we're talking about candy bars?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just making sure. I just want to make sure this is all legal. You know what I mean? Ellis.
I got to go with the peanut butter cup.
That's interesting. Sargemus Prime? Optimus Sarge?
What should I pick here, guys? What do you think?
Early watch Connecticut says Snickers. You're a little late.
I think there's only one on here that is actually.
What's that?
It's not even a candy bar, but it's the closest thing that you could get to a candy bar.
What's that?
And it's not a freaking cylindrical piece of freaking mystery meat.
Okay, Slim Jim it is.
Heard that. Rich, the 1%er.
That was nice, Sarge. That was very nice.
Say again, Rich?
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim. Because he's used to those kind of candies when he was a kid. That's what it was. I mean, I used to just chew on tan bark back in the day. So Slim Jim was like, whew, that was the shit,
Little asphalt.
Yeah. It just tan bark dipped in a little molasses, little blackstrap molasses. And, whew.
I don't know. What I'm gathering from what's going down here is some of you guys, or I can't say all, but a lot of you guys in this chat prefer the meat. I'm just going to leave it there.
You take what you can get. Psycho says, Abba Zabba, hashtag not my bracket, hashtag rigged bracket. Patriot, what you like?
I'm going to go with the Kit Kat.
That's not a choice, right?
Oh.
We'll write it in.
I didn't see it there.
Son of a bitch.
I'm still going to stick with anything.
I would love to be able to use that excuse every time I want to.
Unfortunately, I'm still going to pick the Christmas tree or Easter egg.
That's respectable. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Now, I think I know where we're going with this one over here. Boomer?
I would go with the peanut. Nah, Slim Jim. No, I just can't go against the usual.
Skinny James.
Yeah.
Slender James. Gunpowder Beauty.
Slim Jim.
And the wife, in lieu of Gizzard, picked peanut butter cups, but 5-4. Slim Jim.
Do you understand how ridiculous this is?
The Slim Jim
best
may identify as a candy bar.
No.
Yeah, maybe he identifies as
Do you understand just how ridiculous this is? You do a bracket for candy bars, and
Slim Jim won.
We spend an hour and a half.
This is a democracy.
And
2018.
See what happens when you're.
This was a good social experiment of what a democracy actually is. Slim Jim wins.
Sometimes
everybody gets a vote.
Sometimes you get the Slim Jim. Sometimes you get the Snickers. You could move over there with Boomer over to Russia, and you all could eat your licorice and be unhappy.
No, I would have watched Slim Jim.
I still contend that it's not. How you got to be off your rocker? You got to be happy.
Well, it comes in a wrapper.
To even think it. So everything that comes in a wrapper and is
it identifies as candy.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
It's 2018.
2018. He's like, yeah, it's 2018. What do you want to say? He sounded, I don't know what you want to say. I'm good. It's like when he sounded just like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas when he shot Spider. And they're like, yeah, well, you're gonna dig the hole. He's like, I can dig a hole. What do you think? I never dug a hole before. Give me a shovel. Where's the shovel at?
Wow.
Wonderful.
So, Sarge just sent me a little meme. Is that Neil Patrick Harris?
Yes.
What is that
from?
from?
He Ways to Die in the West.
Oh, he says, "Can you give Louise wrapped candies?"
It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
All right, I feel like we've really made progress here.
No, we've gotten nowhere. This whole thing was freaking bullshit.
Slim Jim is no longer being oppressed. It can express itself.
Slim Jim is considered beef jerky.
Slim Jim is out of the closet.
Slim Jim is the Caitlyn Jenner of candy bars.
I think considering it beef jerky would be definitely a stretch.
It is definitely time to give Slim Jim the Arthur Ashe Award.
No.
Yes.
Closer to beef jerky or your pepperoni sticks or all that other all that other meat, preserved meat, than it is freaking. How? Okay, so I think Slim Jim is a stretch. I mean,
pepperoni's in the sausage category. You got to keep that. It's in a sheath, and it's. I know Slim Jim's a sheath, but it ain't got no corn sugar in it.
Crimey. So where's the sugar come in when it comes to Slim Jim?
Slim Jim's got corn syrup in it.
Okay, so does your pepperonis and all that other dried stuff, and so does your.
It's not on the candy aisle.
Fucking.
Save space.
That's right.
Never mind. You guys obviously
can, in fact.
No, you know how I feel about this.
From oldtimecandy.com. I'm looking at it right here.
What can you get?
You can buy Slim Jims from oldtimecandy.com.
I mean,
you can probably also buy condoms and Bud Light and all
what kind of condoms are you chewing on?
Yeah,
Jeez.
That's a horrible gum.
Flavor ones. You didn't know that?
I'm just saying. I don't know what website he's looking at, but if they have
oldtimecandy.com.
Okay, well,
it's under Rich's favorites.
All right, and you can probably also buy Funyuns and your Tim's Cascade potato chips and all that other stuff.
But they're under the category of candy.
Neither are fucking Slim Jims, guys.
No, I said they are.
How many times do I have to fucking say it?
3 more.
No,
at least he gave you a number.
No, I've already said it like 24 times, so I'm done. This whole thing was just this could have been a good bracket, and we could have actually come up with a good thing, but instead we.
Oh my gosh! Look, first article I pick on Gizmodo. I can't do a screen share. Said meat sticks. They are nature's perverted candy. I mean, I'm not making this up. Everyone calls them candy.
Do you believe everything you read on the internet?
Of course.
I believe in magic. And meat sticks are magic.
My phone's about to cut out.
You believe in young boys' hearts, too, don't you?
Magically delicious.
Patriot, you're saying you got to dump out?
Yeah, my phone's about to die, but today is the 30th of July.
Yes.
1945. USS Indianapolis was sunk
today.
No. 11 days. Well, actually, what is it? 16 days before VJ Day, which is August 15th. So, yeah. And you know that story.
I actually sent. Did I send that to you? Did I send that video to you?
Yes.
Yeah. There was I don't know how long ago it was that the interview was done, but there was a video from a Marine. Looked like he was at some sort of event or something, and he was one of the last
survivors,
surviving people that were on the Indianapolis. It was him and only I think 2 or 3 other people, he said at that point. And it was his account of the Indianapolis. And it was, man, it's just
everybody knows that story, right?
Gut wrenching.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, the Indianapolis is if you've ever watched Jaws, I mean, most people have watched Jaws. Quint, the British captain of the ship that they're on, or whatever the boat that they're on, they go out to hunt the sharks.
The Orca.
Yeah. He has a speech in that where they're right after they're showing each other's scars, they're like kind of drinking and having fun. And they're like, "Oh, I got this scar from this, or I got this scar from that." And they point to a scar on his arm, I think it was, and they ask him, "What's that from?" I think they said, like, they were joking. They're like, "What's that from? An old girlfriend or something?" And he says, "No, a shark." And he says, "I was on the," or he says, I was on," or he says, "the USS Indianapolis." And they just both like get stone faced, and they look at him. They're like, "You were on the Indianapolis," and he tells the story about, and it's the writers did a good job. I think there was 1 or 2. I think they got the number of people wrong. I think he says 900 people went into the water, and it was actually like 1,100 or 1,200 or something. It was like 1,197 or 1,199 or something. And I think what was it, 300 maybe came out. Something like that, 300 or 600, and even a lot of those were.
It was a real low number percentage-wise.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like 300. But the story is that they were taking the parts for the was it parts, or they were taking. Yeah, I guess they were taking parts, or they were taking the warheads or something for the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs, the Little Man and Fat Boy. They were taking them as like a secret mission. So they were hit with 2 Japanese torpedoes from a sub, and the torpedo. I looked into it too a little bit, and the torpedoes that they used were like pretty amazing for the time. They were super fast. I forget, and their range was amazing. It's actually like probably, I think they said it was by far the best torpedoes used in a war. They were ahead of their time, and they got hit and they went down. And I think they said it took 12 minutes to go down or something only. It was not long, and they didn't really have time or get off a good distress signal. So the boat went down, and the Indianapolis went down, and nobody knew. Nobody knew that they had gone down. So it took from it was almost 2 weeks, I think. It was over a week, I believe, that after they went into the water, that they were rescued. And they were spotted by a seaplane, a military seaplane. And there was something happened. I forget the story that this gentleman told. And what I'll do, I'll look that video up because I have it saved, and I'll put it in the chat, and then you guys can watch it while we're doing like goodbyes or whatever. But
it's crazy.
There was
I'm sorry, Travis.
It's cool. So the seaplane was just happened to be going overhead, and it was too far up for them really to normally would be to notice them. But something happened with the plane, and the pilot or the co-pilot apparently got up and out of his seat to go fix something, and was looking down through the belly of the plane or out the door or something, and happened to see them. And they were like, they got on the radio and they said, "Oh, what did they say? There's ducks on the pond," I guess was what they said. And that's like, military. It's like code for that there's soldiers in the water, there's friendly soldiers in the water. And they landed the plane. They landed the seaplane in the middle of the ocean, which was not allowed. They were actually they went against orders to do it, apparently. They radioed and they said that they want to put the plane down, and they said, "No, you're not allowed to do that. That's, you're ordered not to do that." And the pilot said, "We have men down there. I can't, I have to." And they put the plane down, and yeah, he said there's sharks in the water with him. He says, "I'm putting the plane down," and he put the plane down, and they just started loading men up. Then, eventually other ships came and picked up the rest of them. But yeah, it was, I think, like a quarter of them that went into the water didn't come out. And it was exposure, suicide, sharks. It was just horrible. It's the worst maritime disaster in U.S. naval history. It was mostly naval officers and some Marines, and then probably some other people too.
Yeah, Discovery Channel did a real good documentary on it for Shark Week a couple years ago. There were guys, they just were taking their vest off and just sinking because they couldn't deal with it anymore.
Yeah, and that's where this guy, this Marine, was talking, and I mean, he was there. He was talking about it, and it's just gut wrenching. When you you hear somebody talking about it, and they start talking about what it was like, and you just hear people just basically people drinking seawater and stuff causes basically they just the lack of moisture, the dehydration is so severe that you just hallucinate and just go basically crazy. And to hear somebody's account of that is pretty nuts. It's just go ahead.
Has anybody watched the movie they made on that?
No, I did not.
It's Nicolas Cage, I think, and some other people in it. It was a few years back. I haven't seen it. It didn't have good reviews, or that good of reviews, so I haven't seen it. But I looked it up. It was called Men of Courage, USS Indianapolis Men of Courage, a couple of years ago, 2016. Tom Sizemore, Nicolas Cage. So I may have to check that one out to see if it's how they did with it, since it's a military story, if they did it justice or not.
Yeah, let me see if I can find this. You guys take a look. I swear I saved it. You know what? I should just look. Why don't you guys run down the list here and tell everybody what's going on with the channels, and you got anything coming up for the future? Gunpowder, I think you're on the left. I can't see the channel right now. Yeah, here it is. The guy is Edgar Harrell is his name, and I will throw the link in. Gunpowder, you there?
Oh, yeah. I'm not really doing much with my channel, but Gun Gals, we have content being produced every week. We have our channel every Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We've got Patreon. We've got some new t-shirts out on Spreadshirt, which is freaking awesome. And a whole bunch of other stuff that I can't remember right now, so don't tell them that I forgot.
Okay, I'll see you later. Hold up, I'm gonna give you a wave.
Thank you for having me. It was awesome.
Absolutely. I'm checking this link, so you might hear.
Oh, and before I forget, suck it too, hottie. Slim Jim is the best candy in the world.
Now, yeah, that link is good. That link is from a channel. Jeff Schrader. It's the Ohio Valley. You good? Okay. Good. Okay. That's the Ohio. Who am I getting feedback? Is that me?
That's roll call. So roll call is you can mute yourself.
Let's see.
Finish talking. There you go.
Okay. From Ohio Valley Military Society. So it's a, check it out. It's a pretty crazy interview. I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty gut wrenching. And I just lost the damn chat again. So, who is up next? Boomer, tell us what's going on with you.
Well, I've been kind of working a little bit. My last video I did was the M1 Garand video. If you haven't seen that, check it out at Knowledge is Ammo. And I'm going to be doing something different. Hopefully, I'm going to try to get up with a blacksmith and just do some little knowledge information on some blacksmithing and something just a little different throw in there and put that up soon. Hopefully, I got a guy I'm trying to get in contact with in my area and hopefully get that up soon and maybe something else different. Me and the Sergeant have been talking about working on. But yeah, check me out there and thanks for inviting me. Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely, anytime. Huh? All right, I got my chat back here. Even though we're at the end here. Rich, what's going on, man?
Yeah, see, Saturday night's got this week unloaded over on the Unloaded Media channel. If y'all want to check that out, and then I got Instagram. It's Unloaded Media _ Rich White. If anybody wants to check that out, but that's about all I got for now.
Roll call. How you doing? What's going on? Popping in to say hi and bye, huh?
Well, I am very disappointed in this chat. I've been listening, and Slim Jims, are you guys kidding me? Really?
Man, if you'd have got here sooner, you probably could have made a difference.
Yep, we've never been more serious about anything.
It's like a heart attack.
Don't make me throat punch you, roll call.
No, they're
like when
back.
Wilford Brimley. It's like when Brimley gets caramel in his mustache. It's that serious.
They are batshit crazy when it comes to this. Slim Jim is a candy bar thing. That's about all I can say.
Do I need to throat punch you too?
You already threatened to throat punch me a minute ago, and all I have to say is, I mean, that's like saying that if I'm in a relationship and I have oral sex with a chick, that's not sex and that's not cheating. That's how I picture. That is how I say. That is how far I'm going to go and say that Slim Jim should not be should have never made it onto this list.
Hear, hear.
That's crazy talk.
No, it's not. No, it's not, dude. It's not. It's not candy, bro.
I'm sorry. Bar. Did you just compare Slim Jim to oral sex?
No.
What should it make him think of?
That's how good a Slim Jim is.
No,
that's why it won. That's why it's won.
I mean, that's a pretty good thing there.
Do you have problems comprehending words and sentences strung together, because that is not. I was not comparing a Slim Jim to sex, but I was saying that the comparison of, or the addition of, a Slim Jim in a bracket of candy bars is
Nope,
like.
I heard Slim Jim is like oral sex. That's that's all I heard.
You heard what you
So
wanted.
it's awesome.
You heard what you wanted to hear, and there's no way of explaining it any more than I already have. So
dry and meaty, just like it. Yep, same thing.
Well, fare to you ladies of Spain. Awesome.
And Sarge, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Oh, nothing. I just I want to show you something. My buddy, he's going to be on here. He made me this.
Holy crap! Look at that. That's awesome.
Well, this one's actually messed up. This one's actually messed up. I'm deciding whether to keep it or whether to give it away. He messed up on his CAD program when he made it, and it's kind of off a little bit. He's making me a new one. It's going on a flag that I'm going to hang up because I.
Sarge, is that the one made out of wood?
This is made out of wood, yes, but it's messed up just a little.
How thick?
There's a little bit right here and right here. That's not quite right, but it turned out pretty neat.
How thick is it, or width of the actual stock?
Half inch, 5/8, something like that. Yeah,
well,
but I've got some video film that I'm going to edit tomorrow and get out. I think I compared the CZP09 and the Glock 34 because they're both long barrel 9mm, and I did another one to some tactical shotgun where we're just playing around for a few minutes. I'm going to do an actual review on the new shotgun I built, but we just play around for a few minutes. So I filmed a couple cool things. So I'm going to try to edit that tomorrow and get it out. And that's about it. Just been working. And I guess we'll be back on our show next Saturday night at 11. So everybody there.
I will hop in if I can. How close are you to 1,000 subs?
70, 71, something like that.
So if you're out there and you're a lazy bum and you haven't done it already, sub to Sarge's channel for sure. Does a lot of cool stuff.
I got a book I'm going to give away because I got a new version of the live fire drill card. So I'm going to give
most of the
book
people
away.
that watch his show can't read though. So
well, that's true.
Maybe pick something else.
I'm trying to gather some things up because I want to have it's not a giveaway because I watched what you were talking about. Earlier, it's not really to get more people. It's just to thank everybody because when we talk about like we on the channel, if there's no we, it's just me talking into my laptop in my living room. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So
I did that for a while and I made it through it, but it's definitely a lot more fun with other people.
Yeah. So I'm trying to come up with some things for giveaways. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. Thanks for having me on the show.
No, absolutely, man. Ellis.
Well, let's see. Got a show coming up tomorrow night. We are doing wrestling managers. Some of the best wrestling managers in the 80s and 90s. We could go back further than that, but then we'd be there all night. But we're going to stick with mainly the 80s and 90s. Probably up to the mid 90s. So far, I've got Sarge was going to be on there. Boomer, are you showing up for that one?
When is it?
11 o'clock tomorrow night.
No, I'm probably doing another night tomorrow night. So.
Well, it'll be me and Sarge, and we're going to try to get a few more in there for a bracket. And Sarge, are you working tomorrow?
During the day.
During the day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to
7.
Yeah, I'm going to ship you my phone number, and you can help me make out the bracket tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay. Or we can start a hangouts and just work on the bracket together.
Where I'm going to be at, I don't have the greatest internet coverage, so phone might be a little bit better.
Okay, that's fine.
And Mr. Too Hotty.
Well, howdy. I'd like to say thank you for the link. Thanks for letting me be involved in this. I don't even know what to call it. I mean, anyway, I spent Thursday and Friday covering TriggerCon for us Gun Challenge folks. I did the best I can. it's a little bit different when you're doing it on your own and you don't have at least a partner or a team of people that you can walk around with and have people hold cameras for you and do all that stuff. But I did it the best I can. I still have to sit down and get stuff loaded into the computer and then do a little editing. But I mean, keep an eye out on either gun channels or most likely keep an eye out on my Instagram, 2Hottie206, and you'll see. Hopefully, you'll see what you consider to be some cool artwork coming out of this event. Other than that,
very cool.
Yep. Other than that, I kind of wish I would have went back yesterday to do one more day to see if there was anything I missed, because I know there was a couple companies there that I didn't make it to, even though it was a smaller convention center and it's nothing like SHOT Show or anything like that. But you spend an hour with certain companies that you have relationships with, and then you walk the floor, and I mean, there's always going to be little booths, tucked away here and there that you don't see or that you didn't even know were there until after the fact, and you start seeing shit show up on Instagram. So I kind of wish I would have spent a third day there, but I mean, once again, doing it on my own, doing it by myself, I put in 2 full long days of work, and I did the best I can. So the only thing I can say is keep an eye out on Instagram, and as soon as I start getting stuff edited and start getting, compositions of patches and firearms and all that stuff put together from a lot of the manufacturers that I'm liking, just stay tuned. I talked to some awesome people. I made some great contacts. I met some cool manufacturers that are actually in my area and have understandings with them and have outgoing invitations from them to reach out, and I'll be able to go down and I'll be able to check out their whole manufacturing facility and see guns built from A to Z. And I mean, the main one I'm talking about, they had 2 awesome rifles. I mean, they did have a lot of pistols that they were debuting this year. And TriggerCon was the first time anybody had seen them. But their rifles were what really turned me on. They had an awesome 6.5 Creedmoor, and that thing was cheating. It's a beautiful weapon, beautiful gun. So just I'll try to wrap it up, but just stay tuned to my Instagram and stay tuned to gun channels. And I also met a guy from another media, from another gun news media type of website, and I'm gonna try to get him on Ghost Show in the next couple of weeks. So I'm one guy, and I'm doing what I can. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I really didn't know much about TriggerCon until recently, so that seems like a pretty cool setup.
It is cool, and they keep it small on purpose. They're not trying to be the West Coast version of SHOT Show. They want to keep it small, and they want to keep it intimate, so that your media guys like me, and so that your industry guys have a chance to actually go sit down and talk to vendors and do all that stuff, and meet everybody and make whatever business connections you can. And business connections or social media connections or whatever. And when it comes down to our industry, that's the awesome thing with this thing that we all love called the Second Amendment. I mean, you talk to anybody, and we're all basically on the same page. I mean, you could take anybody out from this show, and anybody, and you could sit down and have a beer, and you could have a good time with them. And that's one of the great things about That's one of the great things about the gun community, dude.
Sarge is doing when Sarge hits 1,000, he's actually giving a scorpion away to somebody. It's really cool. I heard.
If it's a scorpion, it's going to be something like Bullet to
really?
Justice.
What? That's not what I heard.
Scorpion away. It's already mine. So.
Oh, Ellis, I did think of you when I was shooting all calibers of the Chris Vectors in full auto.
Thank you.
I said, I mean, each little burst, each pull of the trigger. I just said, all right, I guess this one has to be for Ellis. So I mean, here we go. Ping, 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 ping.
It's nice.
I'm a little lost. Mia, you want me to send you the pic? What pic? I don't know what's going on. Sarge,
just read the bottom of that picture. Look at what I wrote. Just when you have time.
Good Lord, Mia, you're married to him. Don't you see it enough?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm missing. Are you talking about the one with what's his face?
What are you schoolgirls talking about?
Just hold on. I'm trying to. Which picture?
The one I just sent you.
Neil Patrick
I did a
Harris?
close up of it.
The one I didn't get anything.
I sent you a text message.
Sarge sent you a picture of Neil Patrick Harris. Why?
No, it's way after that.
No, I don't. I have
sent him a picture of Neil Patrick Harris.
He did just admit to it, so he did say.
Yeah, I
he
didn't
say
get
it
anything.
was way after that.
I got the meme you sent me when you were talking about the candy when we were talking about Rich. That's the last thing you sent me, and then it says, "Look really close at the bottom." I'm like, what? Bottom of what? God, I hope it's not a naked picture.
A little picture about that, like that.
You sent it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you twice.
No, you sent it to me, and
I sent it to him twice. It's a Wikipedia
Sarge
edit about Slim Jims.
Screen share it. It probably says it probably says not candy, right?
I don't know. Oh, Ellis, you know what? Too.
That's funny.
But I got something for you. You can tell Night Strike here. As the other week when we were
open source,
we were talking about 9mm pistols, and I didn't have my Bursa on me. Night Strike is still giving me a hard time that I haven't shown it on camera. So there you go.
I think now you should shoot it on camera.
Yeah. Okay.
Desktop.
Let's see.
Desktop.
What do you want, the refrigerator or the microwave or the oven, or what do you want?
Roof.
You got a watermelon sitting on the counter.
That's not going to
Paul Harrell style.
It's not going to stop it though.
It's only a 9mm. The watermelon might stop it.
Floor, because then at least you're not shooting it up through the roof, and you're not putting anybody else in danger.
25, and the watermelon didn't shop to 25. So
just don't point it towards your septic or natural gas tank or anything like that.
I'll live dangerous. Yeah, the wife had it, and wife had it, and your cousin thought I was bullshitting, like I would bullshit about, like, of all the things to lie about, a cheap gun.
Hey, it's kind of like I said before I jumped in the chat. I said this out in the text. We live dangerously. We live with 1 foot in the ground and 1 foot on a fucking banana peel, right?
1 foot in a banana peel. That's right. All right, now I got an email here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Desk poop.
Oh, he's probably done that.
It says history.
He's probably done that before.
Oh, this looks like, what is this, from Wikipedia or something?
Yeah, look at the bottom.
It says history.
If they take it.
Slim Jims are technically listed as candy, partially based on Slim Jims beating out traditional favorites such as Baby Ruth, Reese's Cups, and Snickers on 7/29/2018. Best candy bar bracket on the closer live stream on Midnight Range TM YouTube channel. It's official.
It's official.
That's bullshit.
We are cutting.
Sarge,
we are cutting new blazing trails
Sarge
here.
It's on Wikipedia now.
A bullshit
It's on Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
No, it's.
Oh my goodness!
It's official. It's the official Slim Jim Wikipedia entry.
No,
and now we're going to do acknowledge his episode on.
I can't even believe
where they're listed.
Wow.
Let me go and look and see if it posted.
So Midnight's now got a mention in Wikipedia. Hell, I still ain't managed that one. I'm going to do something now.
They probably won't post for a while if they even take it.
Yeah, it might take a little bit.
Even Google was so.
I googled Slim Jim Midnight Range TM, and it said it says missing. So it must not have posted yet. These guys aren't on their ball.
Somebody has to review it.
You got to tag this episode with Slim Jims. Slim Jims are candies, and that you have to tag it in the description.
Yeah. We are blazing new trails here, people. This is the kind of stuff you get here. You can't get this just anywhere.
Trails that are only going to get you freaking lost.
This is fake news.
Lost with
fake
delicious
news
candy.
collusion.
You guys are just paranoid. You need to take off your tinfoil hats, man.
No, Jesus. I'm not even going to say. I'm not even going to say it again.
Open your mind. Experience the world.
All right. Yeah, okay. All right.
Slim Jim.
All right. So if Jack Leaks is candy, then Oh Boy Oberto is candy, and all the other awesome freaking jerky stuff is candy.
Okay.
So.
Got sugar in it. Totally candy.
And it's round and a candy eye.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see where it all went wrong for you guys, but all right. I say we got. We'll close it down here. Thanks for watching. We've made enough progress in the world. I think we've made the world a better place. It's important. It's important.
All you've done is confuse folks as to what is actually a candy bar and what isn't a candy bar.
Sometimes you need to break things down to build them back up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, too hotty.
I'm here.
Guess
I'm
what?
listening. Gunpowder. Throw punch coming my way or what?
Slim Jim is a candy.
No.
And it's delicious.
You go ahead and snap into that Slim Jim, but it's not a candy bar.
Not according to that bracket.
You could lead a horse to water, but what can I say? So thanks for watching. What do we got tomorrow? We got Matt's on. We got Clover's on tomorrow. You always got the Daily Gun Show. I know. Actually, I think this week G's starting to reformat the Daily Gun Show, so that's pretty cool. I'm not sure what he's doing, actually. I know he's had a lot. It's got a lot of new blood in there. Gizzard's on the show a lot. Angelina's there. Jimmy's coming back, apparently. I'm not sure if he's going to be daytime or nighttime, but Mr. Jimmy James is coming back, which is awesome. Yeah, I miss Jim. I miss Jimmy, man. Maybe he's kind of a slender guy. I mean, call him Slim Jim. Fits, right? So check that out. Watch the Daily Gun Show. Hope excited to see a new format for that. Bullet says Ape needs to redo his tagline for the end of the show. Yeah, Ape's not here tonight, so we're gonna wing it. Anybody else on tomorrow? Is anybody else on Mondays? Black Cat possibly. His hours changed, so his shows have been a little sporadic. He's been doing some lunchtime chats or some truck chats. Mad Sexy says, when Smeggy coming back to live stream? I don't know. I haven't seen Smeggy in quite a while. When he works, though, a lot of times it really it's pretty all-encompassing, and he travels a lot, too. He'll leave for a couple of weeks at a time, I think, when he works. He goes out of state and stuff like that, so... that could be something to do with it, I know
I
it's tough.
I was gonna say something, but I'll save it for off air.
That's cool. So check that stuff out, right? If you haven't watched it, go check out the Ruben video. It's been doing really good. A lot of comments on it. It's doing really good on Gunstreamer. They put it up on Facebook, which is cool.
Travis.
Yeah, go ahead.
When is the chicken fried steak video coming, dude?
I don't know. That's one we talked about forever ago, but I just never did it. I was gonna do it right around the time when I did the biscuit video.
Chicken fried steak is delicious.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love chicken fried steak. I've got
fried steak is definitely not a candy bar.
No, it's not a candy bar.
I think that is one thing that we can agree on tonight.
A chicken finger is close though.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean,
well, they're not fingers either. But
isn't close. No.
Charleston honey barbecue, I can see the case being made for that one.
If it's dipped in like honey and then chocolate and then wrapped in what you guys are calling like a little candy bar, whatever, then maybe. But a chicken finger, no. That's protein. That's food. That's not candy, dude.
All right. Well, that's a later show, maybe.
Okay. Does Boomer have something to say?
I don't know. Is things catching up to the way things are supposed to look in the background?
What does that mean?
Wikipedia?
What's my background look like?
Oh.
Is my background showing up?
It's got a freaking Slim Jim background.
I don't
Damn it.
Slim Jim.
I see the same old kind of crazy weirdo boomer. I can't even say that's a smile. That's like a grimace.
Well, the smile thing, on the thing.
There you go.
That's America. That's America's son of some bitch right there.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, but hang on a second. Maybe it's confusing. Well, let's take the eagle thing off there. There's a Slim Jim thing coming up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. I do see it now.
Yeah.
At least it ain't peanut butter, right?
No, yeah. I don't think it's a candy.
That's pretty.
Peanut butter's a candy.
That Slim Jim stuff is a pretty decent kind of jerky. I'll tell you that. But it ain't no fucking candy bar.
Oh, it's totally candy.
Yeah.
Oh man. So we are going to say goodnight. Thanks for watching. Check out the Ruben video, like I said. Did a little knife video too. It was kind of fun. I think I'm going to do another sandwich video next week, something different. And so check that out. Guntube.org and Gunstreamer. Like I said, Gunstreamer threw my video up on Facebook, which is cool. It got like close to 700 views on Gunstreamer right now, which is really neat. It's kind of cool to see that. It's under the featured videos. Oh man, I'm about shot. Just getting up in the morning and
quit yawning, dude. You're making me yawn.
I know. I didn't want to drink a Red Bull during this. Poof, I'm about shot.
Crap is contagious. Keep it to yourself.
It's 2:30 in the morning, bro. I was out running around in the sun with the little guy all day. We were out at the park. He was wiped out, man. He hit his head at the pillow tonight. He was out in like 10 seconds. He actually told me he wanted to go to bed. Uh-oh. So
we went to the park and my kid didn't go to bed till like 11.
What time they get up?
Yeah,
what time they get up in the morning?
Well,
they still take naps though too, don't they? They take naps.
No, that's the messed up thing. Those little crazy midgets sat there and didn't take a nap. they were up at the latest was 7. I had one up at 3 o'clock, and we went to the park. We played in the sandbox out back, played with the ball out front, and they didn't go to bed till 11. Like, I think someone seriously gave my kids crack.
Thank
Or
God I
Monster.
don't have kids
Red Bull.
because thank God I don't have kids because I was up in a chat until 3:30 or 4 o'clock this morning, and I was lucky enough to be able to sleep in until 1 in the afternoon, and then I wake up and have my coffee, and then a few hours later, it's beer 30. So here I am. I'm not even going to tell you how many beers later. But anyways, Travis, you're trying to get out of here. I know. So
no, it's cool.
I'll show you.
Do a barbecue pig feet video. That's a brilliant idea, Mad Sexy. I'm glad you're here. Stick a Slim Jim into a roll and it's a sandwich. Yeah, I'll go along with that. We just take one of those big Slim Jims, cut into pieces, and just pile them all in a hot dog bun. It would look like a little logging truck. There you go. Slim Jim sandwich.
Wine king roll. That'd be awesome.
Candy bar sandwich. Right there. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for watching. You guys have a good night. I will see you next time. And don't forget, over in the chat there, Slim Jim is candy. Have a great night, everybody.
Slim Jim is not candy. Good night, y'all.
Shall not be infringed?
It's documented.
It's official. It's Wikipedia. You can't. Wikipedia is real.
No, we all know that Wikipedia is bullshit. You can't believe what you read on Wikipedia, or anybody who knows anything about Wikipedia knows that anybody can post anything on there. So even someone like Sarge,
pretty sure that's not true.
So even someone like Sarge can go post some bullshit thing about how fucking Slim Jim is a candy bar and whatnot. It's still gonna post and it's gonna be up there. So yeah, I don't know if you did a service to okay. You did, Sarge. You did do a service to Travis and this video and the fact that Slim Jim is what won, but I think you did a disservice to anybody who's actually looking for information on Slim Jims, and they do not know anything about it. And so,
I can live with that.
Dude, I'm just. Actually, no. With what I said, it probably is halfway correct. But
Psycho says,
"I don't give a fuck."
Says Psycho saying, doesn't Wikipedia consider an AR-15 an assault weapon? Webster's Dictionary does. Webster's Dictionary changed their definition of assault rifle to a rifle. Fully automatic or a select fire military rifle.
AR-15 isn't select fire.
Listen, I said or a rifle that resembles that. That's what Webster's assault rifle is, not just select fire. It's also semi-auto. So yeah, depends on where you look. I mean, that's
So that just tells you if you're looking for the proper answer, you gotta double check your sources and you gotta look in multiple places and cross reference, and the truth is somewhere in between. You're not gonna find the truth. You're not gonna find the truth about Slim Jims being candy bars on Wikipedia.
I think
It's got 3 references now. It's got Wikipedia, a YouTube video, and then a bracket, and also the web page
cited as a reference.
Yeah, it's a lot of references there.
I don't know.
We're forming data points.
That's right.
Travis is a chef, so I mean, and that goes in its favor too. You know.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is, I don't know what else you could do. Get like a note from a doctor or something? I don't know. A doctor's note? Maybe have it notarized?
Doctor's note and have it notarized saying what? That a Slim Jim is a candy bar? Is that what you're saying?
That we are qualified to determine that, yes.
Oh, no. There ain't no doctor in his right mind that's going to put his name on the line and sign off.
Well, who said we were going to find a doctor in his right?
Get that doctor guy from Smoking Bandit, that kind of doctor.
Dr. Doolittle.
Okay, well, I don't have a doctor I deal with that is not in his right mind and who would okay something like that and put his name behind it.
Psycho's right. If Psycho's right. I mean, if we really have a problem with this, we could send it to SCOTUS and see if they want to hear it. Until then, though, I mean, law of the land. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We'll end it on that one. Thanks for watching. Check out gunchannels.com. Check out Daily Gun Show. Go buy some swag from G. Keep him running around the country. He actually he said that the next time he's out in does one of the big tours, said he's maybe heading up this way. So give him some funds. Maybe you can do a cooking segment with G or something. That'd be super fun. The only way you're going to do that is to get him some money in the bank. So go check it out. Yeah. Psycho says, give me a real candy bar bracket or give me death.
I agree with you, Psycho. I agree with you, Psycho.
Is that death by throat punch?
It could be.
Only if it's delivered by the one and only Gunpowder Beauty.
I was thinking more death by 1,000 Slim Jim wrapper cuts.
Oh, that's brutal. That's like that they did that in one of those Saw movies. That was horrible. I couldn't take it. So, on that note, and the horrific dreams that I'm going to have because of that, I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.